Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flink. Today's episode is presented by Xfinity 10G's network. Big shout out to them. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're gaming, streaming, competing, whatever it is, their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruption. Everybody, make sure to show some love to Xfinity. Obviously, they're helping us out with the shows, man. So I want to give a huge shout out to them. And of course, we're joined by some amazing, beautiful co-hosts today, as you can see on your screen now. We got the one and only, the executive producer, Mr. Ben Nassim. We got Christopher Duarte, aka Parasite, and then we got a special guest in the building. Give it up for the multi-FPS champion. It doesn't matter the title. It doesn't matter the game. You know what he's bringing to the table. Give it up for Ian and Nabel White. What's going on, Ian? How you doing?
Hey, got the nub out, Tom. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The nub is out, ready to go. Obviously, Pat, he's been, what's the X Defiance just popping off right now, right? He's been traveling, and he's got some things going on. And, yeah, Pat, it's going to be tough for him. He might get on the show tomorrow, but we'll see. It's always a pleasure having Nabel come on and help us out, bro. He's a great co-host, so everybody show Ian some love, man. Chris, how you doing, man? You doing good? Why does Chris always do that? He does. He did this yesterday. Did he do this yesterday?
I always mute. It's because, wait, no, you want to know why? It's because Ben's like, mute when you clear your throat.
Nah, I don't know why Ben does that.
Don't throw a dagger at me.
Nah, Ben doesn't doing that.
So I mute my mic.
That's not on
and
me
then
that
I
you
forget
don't
to
unmute
clear.
your mic.
I forget to unmute my mic, but I'm doing good, man. Looking forward to tomorrow. Gonna be heading out to California, visit some family, do some business, and
Nice.
yeah, it'll be cool to spend Mother's Day with my mom. So it'll be cool.
Yeah,
Bro,
nice,
I can't believe I'm taking Lens in the chat. What? The casters have a cough box with a fucking cough button. That's what it's for.
I flipped it. Wait, actually,
Why do you think it's...
wait, you're right. I do have one. Wait, hold on. Ready?
And like, if you ever go to any Call of Duty event, you ever wonder what the casters, why they have this little box of buttons on it? Is they have a button they can press when they cough.
Did you hear me cough? Did you hear me cough?
No,
Exactly. I didn't. That was good out of you, Chris.
It's good work. It's good work there. Listen, Benjay, go fuck yourself. Let's run get the show. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. First, we had some great matches today. We had 4 matches. And honestly, Ben, they were pretty quick today. We got like a 3-1, 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. So, these matches were definitely going by pretty quickly. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna go over them, give our thoughts, and hop into the gameplay. So let's switch on over. We start things off. We got Atlanta FaZe going up against the London Royal Ravens. We start things off on a Mercado Hardpoint, LSC Low S&D, Hotel Control, Embassy Hardpoint, and Mercado Search and Destroy. I mean, Ben, Chris, Ian, anything that you guys see on the videos as we get into the map number 1.
No, I think the analysis going into this series, looking at this map set, was London's best opportunity was on the Mercado. It was going to be really difficult for them to win the other maps. And this one, just like yesterday in the FaZe series, had a little bit of a restart as we got pretty far into the map, and so they ran this back. Are you watching it? Is this the first playthrough?
No, this is the second playthrough. We're not going to watch a playthrough that got ended after the 3rd hill, Ben. We're not.
London got slammed on the first run through of this map.
Yeah, the first run through, London got slammed, and then obviously somebody lagged out. I think it was Scraps who ended up having some problems. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a server thing or I don't know what exactly is going on, but somebody lagged out, and then they had to reset the game, and we start things off again. And to be honest, FaZe, they started off pretty hot in this one as well. We go into the second map, right? They obviously restarted the map, and FaZe were able to chain the first 2 hills together on good side. I mean, Chris, talk to me about good side Mercado. I feel like you could start off pretty hot on Mercado if you hold that good side off the rip. Because FaZe go up 70 points right off the rip of Rooney. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to trap the team on the bad side towards that tin side of the map if you win your break off. You just have to kind of isolate the lanes, read the pressure, and it's pretty much impossible for the other team to flip unless they kill your team, like your entire team. So, yeah, I mean, FaZe just clinical start off. Also, I laughed because the way Nasty threw that nade, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of what the fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this setup for the London Royal Ravens? What the hell is this? Now, I don't know if anybody was tuning into the watch party. Ben, I know you were there. What did I say 20 seconds before this break came in? What did I say?
You're like, bro, London's so separated. If these
what
guys
is going on? Do they know where the next hill is at?
Nah, these London cats is ass, bro.
I mean, Ian, look what happens, Ian, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, what is London's plan? Do they just expect Nasty and Asim to just go absolutely fucking crazy? Because look what
I
happened.
don't know what
Scraps
they're
finds
doing.
one, Asa finds one. That's 2 dead. Even with 2 dead, the hill is still getting broken. Even with 2 dead. And then
Bro,
obviously,
it's the shit that I talked about yesterday, bro. Everyone wants to stay pushed out on cuts and cover all this map control and all this spacing when like, they don't even got the first step.
But
Like,
you don't need
just get
2
to the
people to
hill.
play exits from the old
That's
hill.
just a team that's chalked.
2?
That's
Dude,
all it is.
That is literally faded, bro.
yeah, definitely super faded. And then London, they go down about 100 points. As we head into this P6 hard point, I want to tune into a listening with the London Royal Ravens. See how they were saying.
I'm gonna get you dog. I'm gonna get you dog. One top house.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna go mid.
I'm gonna respawn blue. Respawn blue. They're all spawn house here.
Tell me, mate.
I'm gonna go tunnel with us. Yeah.
I'm in. Waiting.
Nothing to leave about.
Anything?
He's mid corner. You go.
No. I'm gonna go hedge.
I don't see anything. Pushed out.
Go play banana. Let's double it.
I am. I'm banana right now.
Okay. Let's double it, Brian.
No work tunnel here. Yeah.
Yo, what's top mid?
Tom until the double china. I'm one
You working or
shot,
not?
bro. I can't. Give me a sec. You nothing top, bro. Wait.
Awning, one shot. Telling.
He's there. Top
One more
mid.
green
I'm
wall,
gonna go.
Maddie. Green wall, trust. Swing on that fucking guy.
Nothing running. Top
Green wall. It's a free kill. Green wall. Free kill. Like BJ. One stop window. Top house window. Spawn hedge. We can't go banana. Double china.
I'm gonna dive out.
I'm peeking
Diving
it.
out.
Maps, you guys.
Top weak.
I'm attacking.
Table ram. Really weak. Free kill. Nice.
I'm one shot.
Still top. Trying to work out.
We have to break this.
I'm gonna go dark.
I spawn back on it.
Right side house. He's
Right house edge.
Nice one
Once
side house.
again.
Nice at 2.
Needed. I'm one
Easy first
shot.
guy.
Yo, on my bottom,
Easy first guy.
Yo, top.
Easy first guy, guys.
Top. He's in the middle of it. Trying to wall bang it, man. I'm one shot. Give me a
Look
sec.
your tip around. You guys gotta break that.
Let's do it.
Dark stairs, man.
It's a busy.
Nah, that's criminal, bro.
Still in the middle.
The listening should be ending soon. Let's cut it a little bit short because I also want to just look at this hill real quick. Even the way that they broke this hill, look at what happens here. Asim, he goes to play through tunnel. He pushes up, right? Or it was before this, actually. It's their first initial break, right? So their first initial break. Look, they sent 2 guys. They were calling this banana. They were sending 2 banana, like 2 back alley, which I don't even know why they're sending 2 back alley. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But look, while Tank is sitting back preeming, I think he's watching over Asim. He ends up pushing, then Tank ends up holding. And then while Tank challenges this, the guys back alley aren't pushing. They just seem a little bit uncoordinated here, you know, on the break. Like, I just feel like they have to try and set something up together. I don't know if 2 hitting back alley or banana, what they were calling it, is the best play. And then on top of that, in the listening.
Wait, hold on. Back up, Tom. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go all the way back.
Yeah.
Did Asim spawn, die, and then run past his whole team before they pushed up?
Yeah, so Asim was at old. So you see Asim here. He tries to make a play to that new hill. He dies. Boom. And then he comes off spawn again, and then yes, Asim was the first one.
No. But even here in this situation, watch this play out.
Yeah, so Asim comes off spawn. Yuli throws tax. He goes around. I think Asim's the one who makes the first play through tunnel. Regardless of who went, Ben. I mean, at the end of the day.
No, but I'm talking about your pacing issue of like Asim dies tunnel. Spawns back up with his team.
Yeah,
like
he's the next one. He's the next
CS
one.
call out, and his team still hasn't pushed up.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Like,
them doubling.
That's nasty behavior, bro. That's nasty. That's pure stat. They're playing for kills, bro.
Dude. Okay.
Them doubling banana. First off, Yuli has a sub. He's essentially gonna not even be useful at all. I think if they try to break that as a team, they probably flood tunnel. Maybe have one person either go long or go like short and like try to dive onto the bush and see if you can get information, or get to the bush safely and then just barge your way through tunnel.
They also had time to go around through back green too. I mean, they could have just they had time to take routes here.
They did do that. They did have time for that. I mean, banana or long, whatever you want to call that, you're not breaking from there.
Love the CS callouts.
You're not breaking from there.
You can see FaZe, they end up going up pretty big in this one. London started to make it look pretty reasonable, but going into the next rotation of hard points, FaZe just do a good job locking down that P2 spawn, and they were able to just hold that and run away with it. They beat London by almost 100 points here in a map number 1. Yeah, we'll take a look at the final scoreboard here. Tank was going crazy, 25 and 18. Everybody else got poopied on. They got poopy. What's it? Poopy?
It's just poopy.
A little bit of poopy.
When Cell's shooting like that, Tom, what can you really do? You know what I'm talking about?
21 and 13 with 3,100
3K damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
I thought in general, I thought FaZe was very disciplined on the 1.5 versions of this map that they played. Today, the comms seem really good. We'll hear their map 4 call out, which is very similar, but when FaZe play Mercado like this, they blow teams out where they've gotten in trouble in the past, where they were undisciplined. And today they showed up. But London made this second map interesting. They got off to a quick lead, Tom.
They got off to a quick lead. Both teams really struggled to hold on to this 8-point, and I'm not sure why. Like teams are doing a good job getting it down, and there's so many post-plant positions. I feel like once you get the bomb down, like you have the upper hand. Like you have to wait for them to make a play. But there's just something about it. I don't know what it was, but London, they do a really good job off the rip here, retaking Asim in a 3v3 situation. He busted a door, and he was able to take down Sims. So it was good plays here. And now Celium and Slasher kind of caught out here. They play on an island a lot, so I think London picked up on that and kind of knew what they were going to do here. But good plays from Asim. He ends up getting off the bomb here. MC, he ends up kind of showing where he's at. Scraps, he ends up team killing Asim by accident. But Nasty, he ends up finding 2 kills over in that bomb site, taking that flank, and bada bang, London, they're in there. It's a good retake from them off the rip.
An adjustment you saw from FaZe later on this map, Tom, because this basically in this situation,
Yeah.
Austin MC and both end up top on opposite sides. You'll see in later rounds when FaZe get this bomb down, MC actually helps out the subs downstairs, like watching like Hegs Alley and stuff like that. So they're not so isolated, which I thought was a really good adjustment.
You're saying in the later rounds?
In later rounds when they get bombed down, like they don't end up with the AR double top.
Yeah,
bullshit
they
like
change it
that
up.
round.
We'll get to it. And in this next round, Asim, he makes the play. He gets in behind him, but then he goes a little bit rogue. The 2v3 situation, and I like the route here from Yuli. He pops a dead silence, and he actually played pretty good today. He had his moments today, for sure. He had his moments. Here in the S&D, he pops a dead silence, and he's going to wrap all the way top party. Him and Tank, they're able to find one apiece, and they make it a 2v1 situation. They go to B to get the bomb down. Abizi finds one, but he tries to get on the ninja defuse, and Yuli wasn't having it. Yuli ends up shooting him off this bomb. So London, they go up 2-0, and then same thing again. FaZe, they get the bomb down A, and kind of what we were just talking about, right? Like 2 guys are kind of in that site. MC is going to be chilling up top, and then you have Slasher, who's kind of roaming and playing on an island. Yuli does a great job here. He finds one and then gets a nice hip fire shots onto Sim, jumps the corner, finds a second one. I mean, that's fantastic plays coming in from Yuli. Last one up is going to be Slasher, but London, they got the numbers. They go up pretty quick here. They go up 3-0. And then this is where FaZe, they start to kick up a little bit. And it starts with MC. I mean, it's a 4v3 situation in favor of the London Royal Ravens. MC, he's able to find 1 kill middle map, and then he just continues to keep this spree going. 3v3 situation. Somebody tries to push MC. He's reading it. That's another one from him. Now it's a 2v2. MC and Simp going up against Yuli. Obviously, Scraps, he just died there. Simp was able to find one. I think MC, he finds the last guy in this bomb site, Yuli as well. So just a really good round from MC there. To just find 3 kills on a retake. While selling. This kind of started the momentum for Atlanta FaZe a little bit. And then we go into the next round. It's actually Slasher who goes absolutely insane in this one. Actually, sorry, excuse me. MC goes crazy in this round too. And then the next round, Slasher goes absolutely nuts. But let's take a look here and see what the heck MC did. Apparently MC, he was hitting some jump shots in this round. He's really annoying on this map. He just knows like a lot of angles and hits a lot of wall bangs, and I like that he switched up his positioning a little bit because he's always playing up top. So I feel like sometimes he needs to switch it up. He finds 1 kill there.
Damn.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just
man,
absolutely
so fast.
he absolutely laser beams somebody. And then he also gets a nice kill onto Asim here as well. You can see him with the jump shot. Look at that, boom, little jump shot over the box. Takes
Damn.
care of Asim. Yeah, he was. This was a big round for MC as he goes absolutely nuts. Really good round from him. You can see the little highlight. There's a little jump shot there. Good plays, and then this next round, Slasher goes crazy. It was actually London. They get the kill. They get the blood. It's a 4v3 situation. They get the bomb down, but Slasher just picks him apart. He plays on an island, and he's just able to find them one by one. He finds one guy up top through the window. And then Asim, he's kind of tucked in the corner here, and Slasher, he ends up turning this corner and finds another one. That's going to be a 2-piece from him. Then once they get those kills, 3v2 situation, they know it's the last 2 guys are in the site. They play together. Slasher finds another one onto Nasty, and Sim's going to clean up the last one. So really big rounds coming out of Slasher there. Or a really big round from Slasher as he finds 3 on a retake. And then this is where things get crazy. We go
I
into
want
the...
to say something,
go ahead,
Tom.
Chris. Yeah,
that
sure.
round, why is it that like so many teams do this? So when you have 2 people in the site like that, they're essentially bait. Like they're known quantities on the map.
Yeah.
The people that are like around them, like almost like not protecting them, but surrounding them. Like for example, Asim was tucked in that couch corner. Those guys should not be the first people in contact. They should be waiting for the the people that are in the bomb room to basically start getting like pounced on and then come out from like, these nooks and crannies, whether it's like top or bottom. Instead, like the two people that Slasher picked were two people that shouldn't even be found. They should be tucked away in corners, kind of not really watching much, just playing off the contact of the people in the bomb site and then pouncing on them. I just thought it was interesting because so many people just do stupid stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think it's a smart play.
Yeah, and then even in the next round, I mean, we could talk about these bomb post playing situations. Ben, you were talking about it a little bit. You can see how FaZe plays this one, right? 3v3 situation. I actually think Sid makes a great play. He makes a little adjustment here. Instead of challenging the fight, he just hides. He hides behind the couch, and they don't even see him in there. And then MC, he's able to find one. Sim catches a guy slipping. It's Yuli trying to walk in. They don't see him behind the couch. Flasher finds another one. Last one up is nasty. He can't do anything. And then we get to the last and final round. And honestly, this was just the Abizi round. He just aced him up in the last round of the map. I mean, he went absolutely crazy. I don't even know what he did. I just feel like he went a little bit rogue here and just said, screw it. Stun goes down. I mean, he finds one. And I mean, he just keeps going here. Even when he's tagged up, he's looking to chow again and just kind of see how he's able to do it. I don't know what Asim was doing here.
Yeah, I don't know what Asim's
What's
thought
London's
process.
setup?
Yeah, I don't know what their setup was. And
place.
look at this 3v4. Asim just tried. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know where he's going. I don't know
He
where
just
he's
lost
going.
composure.
Well, they
He
were
lost
Just lost
composure.
composure.
I think they
Get
were-
these cats off my screen, bro.
Wait, no, I think their setup was like
Jesus.
fine for the most part. One is because
Yeah.
the guy that's like pushing towards the bomb site
Jesus.
is trusting the guy that's in bottom pool to watch his back. But I think Abe kind of realized, okay, this guy's playing like a deep angle. If I can jump out to this corner, I can line of sight him and shoot his teammate in the back, and he just makes a really good like situational play to get that first blood and get out. I mean, I don't think it was bad. I just think they just had to be ready for something like that to happen.
The counter adjustment from FaZe there is they were taking pressure on defense, like kegs, like middle map, pretty standard most of those rounds. And I think London was playing for them to push, and instead Abizi like stun push fucking through the control point. I don't think they were expecting that. And then go. I don't know what Asim was doing. Even that 3v4, like they still had an opportunity to maybe work a blood, and Asim just tossed his life away, and it was.
Well, they played that really well because Abe was tucked away in that corner and somebody stunned the door open for him. So they never saw him actually get to that close corner. So the guy that was back pool, like staring through that door, probably saw the guy deep and didn't think that like Abe would be, so close.
I know. I just feel like still though, and at 3v4,
You gotta
like,
know it. You're playing the easy.
I think
Yeah,
you chow
yeah,
from
yeah.
window and not from the door. I mean, it's easy to say in hindsight, but like, I think you should chow from the window together, chow kegs alley and not run to the door. The door is a fucking death trap a lot of times. So.
There's a lot they could have done, honestly. Just not that. Could have done a lot of
Yeah,
other
of course.
things other than that. But then we hop into the hotel control. This was actually one map where London was actually able to win this one. It was actually 5 defensive wins in a row. So I'm just going to skim through it. There's some things I want to highlight. I thought Yuli made some great plays towards the end of this round. He jumps the corner, finds one, finds 2 onto Austin. Then he's got 2 more guys pushing his right. He's able to jump here, boom, take another one down onto MC. I mean, that's fantastic plays out of Yuli. FaZe were getting in there for a split second there. And Yuli goes absolutely nuts. He even ends off things with another couple kills after that. One off a streak. So the end of defense, really big plays from Yuli. And then going into the second round, I think it was London. London had an opportunity here to get onto this B point and work a stack. And it was actually Abizi who was able to find a 2-piece nade. You could see the kills come in, but luckily Abizi, no trophies down for London. And Abizi kind of saves the round there for Atlanta FaZe. I thought maybe London could have been able to do something there, but Abizi with the grenade, he was able to get him off of it. So really, really good plays. And then other than that, it was Yuli. He continued to pop off. Tank had a really good map as well. Scraps and Yuli. We could kind of just skim through this. There wasn't much in this map that I saw, unless Ben, Chris, or Ian, you guys noticed anything. But for me, it was just pretty defensive heavy. People were really struggling to get that B point. They couldn't get it today.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, Ian
Or this
passed
map.
out. Ian
Yeah.
passed out. Took a nap
I mean,
this
Yuli
one.
was winning like every gunfight. He was holding down bed for them on defense. Like FaZe had no response, no answer for that in terms of
Yeah.
playing. And there were a couple of times where Yuli like 2 or 3.
I mean, that's the way most control maps go, unless there's like a map that's like heavily offensive sided, which is really rare. These maps that tend to be kind of 50-50 or even slightly favored to a side. Usually defense is just always favorable because you don't really have to be progressive. You just have to defend.
Mhm.
And most of the time, any like weird stats usually don't come down to like the map. It's like user error. So I mean, it's usually expected for me that teams are going to win defense and control, at least on this game.
Yeah, and then speaking about offense a little bit, I kind of get your guys' opinion on it, but I noticed that a lot of people on offense, when they're trying to get this B point and they're spawning kitchen, they just keep OEing. They just keep OEing over and over and over again. And when they get kills, I notice that they're just spawning them back sauna, right? Like, you're just spawning them closer to that B point, and then on top of that, good teams are going to push up bed while you're doing that. They're just going to push up bed and hold bed and just force you into their spawn. They know exactly where you're coming from. Do you guys agree with just constantly OEing and hitting those long routes? Why not just wrap bed, work some trades bedroom, play through mid and bed, and just try and get a wipe?
I've always said that it's better to flank, maybe not with your whole team, and I'll tell you why, because most of the time you're going to isolate people. Most of the time there's not many people watching the flank. There's maybe one person. So that's an isolatable kill. You get that kill, you can spawn them out. And then on top of that, for some reason, that's if they kill him chandelier or something like that. I'm talking about if they kill them in their spawn and then just go and block spa. What I'm saying though, also, a lot of people don't know this. I think I've said this once or twice on the show before. I think Octane's also touched on it before. For some reason, when you have a player in spa on the attacking side, that also influences the B spawn. So even if like your team or if the enemy team is pushed out bed, if they're not deep towards like the waterfall side of the map, they spawn bed like right underneath the people. Like they spawn right at the back of P6, or is it P6? I think it's P6. And it's really weird how that interaction works, but I think that's why people like to go around, because they know if they can get that spa blocked, then any of the kills they do get bed or that can influence the spawn negatively in the defensive team's favor. So I think flanking is definitely better, Tom. I just don't think sending your entire team. I think maybe doing a 2-2 split. And trying to work that.
You gotta adapt.
Yeah.
You gotta adapt. You gotta try. Like, you should try it. I agree with you, Chris, a couple times. But if shit's not working, then Tom, I agree with what you were saying. Like, just chalk up trying to flank it, because clearly it's not working. Try and switch it up and make that guy, that player, one or two players watching the flank, useless.
Almost like a 2-2, just like a 2-2 split. I actually like the 2-2 split. I think that could actually work.
I think you just do 2-2 split and just hard play kills, because I feel like if one person's watching the flank, you just double team them, and usually if it comes down on a trade, that one player that lives, he blocks the next player. Guess where? He spawns with his team. They flood bed. So like you'll end up getting the 3 people bed eventually. It's just not right away.
Yeah, we could take a look at the final scoreboard as well. I mean, look at Scraps and Yuli. They had a hell of a map. Yuli 39 and 26 with 4,100 damage. Scrap had 4,300 damage. With 32 and 26, great map from them individually. They went crazy. So London, they were able to take one. Everybody was like, "Holy shit, London took a map. This could be actually close. We could be going to a game 5," but no, it did not look good in the 4th map. It did not. This was an absolute bloodbath. I don't know what happened to London in this map. I don't know what happened. They were getting beat to every rotation. They couldn't get a single point. I mean, we'll skim through it. Unless there was anything that really caught y'all's eye, like a game-changing moment, I just thought the whole way through, FaZe were just blendering them. I mean, it's 110-6 right now.
These guys are just terrible at hardpoint. They have pacing issues. They they skip steps. They don't have really the talent to bail themselves out. They just play slow a lot of the time. And bro, like,
damn,
there's people on there that are simply playing for their stats, and it's quite. They might not intentionally be doing it, but there are people on that team that have traditionally shut up. There's people on that team that have unfortunately always gotten that criticism where they just have this slow play style, and it's just. I don't think them in particular is the only person to blame, because it's a team game, but like, it's doing them no favors. There's no reason. There's zero reason why.
And I won't even know whether or not to say playing with stats, but they're definitely not on the same page, and that I do know. They're just not.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it just looks that way,
They're
right?
just
because
chalk,
there's no reason why certain people should ever be close to positive when they're losing by this much in games.
I agree. I mean,
so you're saying Scraps kill hard? I was kidding.
I mean, it's 180.
I
mean, it's 180 to 26 as I'm skimming through this. I mean, this was an absolute bloodbath. I'm going to compare this to myself as a player, and I'm not saying I'm good or anything. You can think of what you want, but I've always been the type of person that, like, if I'm trying to win the game and I'm down, I'm going to throw my life away and try to compensate for, the things that are going wrong in the game by essentially sometimes just tossing my life away. And there's certain people on certain teams in the CDL that won't do that. It's like they try to play this perfect scenario Call of Duty,
and it does not work. You just have to go sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
and people don't do it.
I wouldn't say just.
There are a lot of there are a number of people that just don't have go buttons.
They're scared to
Like,
die.
They're scared to
die.
die. They are scared.
Bro,
There are a
yeah, I
lot
don't
of
give a-
players like
you
that
have
are
to
scared
drop-
to die.
You can
To be
drop a
honest.
.8 and win.
Yeah, but Chris, I'd be scared to die too. If a Beezy was shooting like this, like
Yeah,
what can
he
you
was
really do?
shooting.
You might as well just chalk it up, man.
Yeah, I mean, any
You're not
final
winning.
thoughts? Any
Yeah,
final
but
thoughts?
the problem is this team does it against the Bees, they do it against Pred, and they even do it against like Capsule and Vickle. So it's like I don't know what to say with London. They basically, as a team, think about it, have like 3 series left as a squad. So I mean, this is just a outside the control. Like this is just a
I
fucking
mean,
smoke show.
Yes, no, like, bro, I hate that, Ben. Like, oh, there's only 3 series left because in reality, bro, like these guys are fighting for their spot. They're fighting for, let's be honest, a little bit of pride here as well. Like they don't just want to go out and get slapped. And then on top of that, there's a major coming up that they will be attending. And we know for a fact. I mean, even this year, there have been different winners at every single major. There have been different winners. I just feel like having the mentality where it's like, oh, there's only 3 matches and to chalk it up. I don't know. I would lose composure if my team just chalked it up. Like there's a lot of money on the line. There's a whole last major, you know? So it's like at the end of the day, you're a professional. You're under a contract where you're getting paid a good amount of money to be a professional. So act like it. Act like a professional. Like,
I think
you know what I mean?
with the listening, Tom, like they didn't sound like a team that was just giving up, but it goes back to what you said where you could just tell that they're all playing.
They're
well,
just
I don't want
calling
to say
out.
all of them. They're playing for themselves though for a spot next season.
Right.
Which is why, I mean, their teamwork was never really good, but I think that's why it looks even worse as of late because they know they're not going to be a champs. They know they're not going to be a team.
Yeah.
And they obviously want to still be in the CDL next year.
You know,
Yeah.
another thing is I don't really I haven't looked at like stats too much, you know, in terms of some of these teams' matches because I just kind of glaze over the fact that like, hey, whatever, like this is an expected result. But I'm actually curious. I feel like I could be wrong, but the way London plays, it almost feels like their actual KDs are probably pretty close to their AKDs. And I think AKDs I think it stands for adjusted KD, and it like also like contributes with like assist and stuff like that. And I feel like if that's probably an issue because assist means they're contributing as a team, right? Like they're getting kills off each other. And I feel like this team just does not do that. I feel like a lot of the time when they're getting kills, they're just like 1v1 kills.
Because they're fucking
They're never
ARs.
helping each other.
100%.
Dude, look at every other good team, bro. Like the ARs get in the mix. And unfortunately, whenever I watch this team play, it's like subs flying, ARs not doing much, and they basically killed Yuli's play style. I've been slowly watching this guy play slower and slower over the course of this team. Like they're killing this guy's career.
It's both, bro.
They're
it's the whole
completely
team.
lost.
It's the whole team, Ben. Sometimes the subs are playing too fast. Sometimes the ARs are playing too slow. Their pacing as a whole is just off. Like
Their ARs, I sure, but their ARs are always playing slow. I never see their ARs playing fast. So
yeah, well,
figure that
London,
way well.
they get pulled on. They lose 3-1. Atlanta FaZe, they make $10,000. It was a bounty match, right? That was a bounty match, right? So FaZe makes
Yeah.
10K.
That was a
that's
that
a
was a-
free lick.
that was
That's
a
a
donation.
bounty.
That was a
Free leg.
donation,
You
bro.
should have heard Scrappy in here before. This is fucking
Beezy was
bullshit.
licking his
Snap.
lips.
Scrappy was getting all pissed off because apparently, wait, did Toronto have a bounty match or who did they play in their bounty match? I don't even know. Scrappy was bitching.
We got
about that.
they had he was saying they had FaZe and Optic as their bounty matches.
Damn.
This last stage.
That's tough, but
Yeah, but
FaZe got London, bro.
So
That's the
FaZe
free.
got their vacation paid for in the offseason is what happened just now by the CDO.
It's
Yeah,
MC's
pretty
DoorDash
much.
money for like 3 months.
But yeah, let's hop into the next one. We got the Los Angeles Thieves going up against the Florida Mutineers. A little bit of an upset here. We start things off on a Hydro Hardpoint, Embassy Search and Destroy, Expo Control, Fortress Hardpoint, Mercado, S&D. I mean, guys, any thoughts on the vetoes? Looks like Florida got rid of Mercado, LA Thieves got rid of Hotel. I mean, what are you guys thinking here?
I think the only map that like was interesting to me in this series was the Embassy because I feel like we've seen LA play at a decent amount, but
First
Florida
map
has
was
been
crazy though, Chris.
has-
The first map was insane.
Yeah, but they've been deceiving. Florida's been kind of deceivingly good at this map. They've been competitive on it. But yeah, first map was kind of nuts.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Ben or Ian, on the vetoes, or not so much as we hop into the map?
I mean,
I actually think
I
the
mean,
vetoes. Sorry, Ben, to cut you off.
No.
I think they favored LAT a little bit. I'll be honest. Like I think it was good vetoes from them.
Yeah, I mean, especially Hydro, right? This is a bread and butter map for them. I was surprised they were playing this. I thought Florida was gonna get rid of Hydro. But they
yeah,
ended
I
up
would say
playing it.
Florida playing a Hotel. Thieves have been sort of up and down, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with LA Thieves the last 2 weeks. I mean, they were grinding last week and the search was coming up short. Today, the respawns looked completely off. And especially in this map, as we'll watch it, like they probably should have won this map and they broke down. I don't know what you guys think is going on.
Now, it was definitely a breakdown. I mean, we'll get into the map a little bit. LA Thieves, they start on good sides. So they hold some time on P1. They hold their P2 spawns. I mean, they go up 70 points to kick things off. Love the plays from Draza here going into the P3 rotation. You could see with about 15, 20 seconds left, Envoy, he makes the initial play with a couple kills in the middle of the map. But why that's all happening, Draza takes a route deep left. And I just love the plays here. He ends up playing a kill back here in the spawn. I think it ended up being Tyler Fellow who loses a fight here in the back. So that's a really big win. You see as soon as that happens, New Hill pops, and Octane's going to spawn right there in the back. So LA Thieves, they're able to break on in and make this P3 hill a little mixy after chaining the first couple hills together. So Florida, at the moment, unable to get some pretty solid time here. Then we go into the P4, LA Thieves with another rotation. This one went back and forth. I think Florida was able to get the last 30 on this one. And then as we head into the second rotation, it was actually the LA Thieves who were up about 40 points going into the second roto as they split some time on these last two hills, the P4 and P5. Let's go into the listening with with Florida Mutineers and see how they sound. I thought Florida actually sounded pretty good today, so let's tune in and see how the boys sound from the Florida Mutineers.
I'm holding pinch. Dash you, rock, bro.
Shit on that.
I got your pinch dead.
Nice.
Look over in the top. P4.
Anytime.
Okay. Net shot. He's on the back left hand top.
Net's weak.
And the other guy's P4.
They wasn't down.
He's a trophy, Tom.
Okay.
I'm needing time. He's still dashy rock, by the way.
He's top broken now. Kenny's pushing up, guys. Kenny's pushing up.
Play for that guy. Broken. He's gonna chow mid. He did. He chow mid. Front P1. John's already in front P5. Kenny front dash right. I got him. Nice, good shot. Last two are there. One could be Cape Cut.
I need time.
Hey, gun stocks for now. You're good. There was two on hold. He get my pit. Whoever just spawned. Yeah. I'll be playing exits at hold.
I'm playing exits hold. Yeah.
Get his pit. I'm in the deep back right now. I'm on P5. Back P5.
They're not playing left. They're playing
in the back, guys. Shot. Back P5, one shot. I'm gonna spawn out. Never mind.
They're going mid, bro. They're going mid.
Okay, I'll get your mid cut. One's gonna be in the back. I'm looking at P5. I need help, guys. Envoy's in the back. Yeah.
Low dome in.
Okay.
Missing Envoy at the back.
Low dome is one shot on the shack. I'm looking backstairs. Backstairs weak. Okay, I have your outer cap. I'm nading backstairs.
We hard kills now.
They're coming mid.
I'm making sure no one pitches P5.
Dead. I have a trophy for you. Back left stairs again weak. I have a trophy for you. I have your outer. Outer, one shot, that cage. There's no cage. Dead. Stairs. Two in the back. One stairs. He's pushing up out. Nice, good shot. One more in the back. Cages. He's dominated over.
In the water.
All right, so that's going to do it for the listening. One thing that I really liked about it was just calling out spawns, calling out where people are coming from. You know, like if they're coming through mid, if they're spawning in the back, like who's looking where. Like there was a lot of small talk there, right? Where I feel like when you listen to London, it just felt like they were just calling out. You know what I mean? There was nothing really more to it. I thought Florida sounded pretty good. So good listening there. Any thoughts on the listening?
No, I think it's a good summary.
I have Ben, quick question. How many points does Florida have
this season?
You know? Yeah.
You have to give me 1 second. I'll get it for you.
No, it's not that big. Big of a deal, but
they got one. This season they have 100.
Oh damn.
And
okay, never mind. I thought they were a little closer.
This is where I thought LA Thieves were just gonna run away with this one. I mean, let's just pause it here. It's 182 to 149. 48 seconds left on his hard point. Look at this setup from LA Thieves. And there's also two dead. Kenny and Envoy just got kills. Look how deep they were spawning Florida here. And then Kenny finds another one. Draza finds another one. I mean, I thought this one was all over. I mean, after seeing this P4 hard point and seeing the way LAT set up, this is a great setup, by the way. One guy blocking it back, one guy in hill, and two guys pushed out on both cuts. P1.
And they have the cross.
Yeah, they have everything. And then Kenny, he ends up finding two here while in the water. Like, they were absolutely frying him here. It was just a really big P4 hold from them. I know Florida was able to get in there the last, 10 seconds, make it a little bit mixy. But this is where things just start hitting the fucking fan, bro. I don't know what happened to Thieves in this map, but we'll kind of walk through it. As we head into the second P5, obviously Florida Mutineers, they get there pretty early. They hold, about half of the hard point until LA Thieves are able to get into it here towards the end. And, Ben, I think it was you and the Watts party, but you were talking about the scrap time here, the last 8 seconds. Kind of run us through what you're seeing here. Why you think this last final time here was important?
Well, as you're for Thieves, in the way this plays out, you're on
8 seconds right here,
230, and if Thieves had hold that, they were probably pretty close to 240. So you only need 10 off of P1, which you get put Florida in a situation of They're not going to win off of P1. They need to get P1 and P2. And if you actually watch how this plays out, eventually these actually going to get in this hill and fall like 8 seconds short. They're actually going to get to like 242 before Florida break in and then ultimately flip the spawns and win. So,
Yeah.
you know, we've talked about how big one gunfight can be. Those 8 seconds will end up being kind of massive in this map.
Talking about a big gunfight, I mean, sometimes there's gunfights going on off screen as well. If you look at the mini map and see number 4 and number 6, I mean, this gunfight is everything right now. You can see Draza, he's in a gunfight with Fellow. Looks like Fellow's coming from P3 and Draza's on top of those rocks. Draza actually ends up losing that fight. Tyler Fellow must have hit some nice shots there.
Fellow was on the pipe. He's on a dirty heady.
Oh, that god heady, yeah.
Yeah, like if unless Draza was stair glitching him, which he wasn't, because that's like against the rules, like not allowed. Fellow had the advantage there, but it was still really it was a really big kill.
You can see once they win that, now we're saying, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Here we go. You can see LA Thieves, they end up getting 3 kills coming through the front, end up getting a clean wipe. So I thought maybe LA Thieves might have been able to win it here. But it was actually Capsule and Vehicle. They were able to get in there at the last second and break this. And as soon as Florida broke this, I mean, this is their map to lose now. I mean, they're getting the scrap time here on P1. They're pushed up. They have the spawns blocked. All they got to do now is hold P2. I thought Capsule did a really good job on rotation, just picking up a couple kills here at Old. That kind of pins them back a little bit, pushes them back. But take a look at the plays here from Vehicle as well. He's 27 and 23 right now. He tucks himself into a little corner in the back. And he just sandhorns his back. He's able to find 1, find 2. Tyler Fellow with the 3rd. And that's how LA Thieves end up spawning out and losing this map.
For a team like Thieves that has such good communication and usually some good team awareness, I'm surprised that they essentially were able to lose the map based on not tracking like certain people. Like, for example, when they went around the back there, they didn't really full clear their backs. They got shot in the back. In the P1, they were still looking for one player, and they ended up having him jump up the water and getting a free 2-piece. So, heard in some mistakes that is pretty uncharacteristics of this Thieves team. Cost them the map.
Yeah, I mean, Ian, this is your team, man. Any thoughts on a map 1 after seeing them get comeback on like that?
I mean, honestly, I think they played great, like 90% of the map.
Yeah.
I normally don't do this, but I actually agree with Ben on what he was saying about the scrap time. Not even on the generator hill, but even the one before that, Tom, when you were saying, like, I don't know how they lost this. They had a perfect setup. They were so pushed out. Like, Kenny got a 2-piece. And then I think it was Draza or someone was trying to rotate early, and Florida ended up getting in, where it's like, if you're that close to winning and it goes from what number hill is that, Chris? P1, 2.
Hey, which one? Sorry,
P3.
Yeah.
Or P4 to P5. I mean,
P4. Yeah.
It's like you don't really need to rotate, and that would have put them basically within 10, 15 seconds of winning, and then they would have won it. Like, they would have won the game. But I think that they just, I don't know, maybe try to play too fundamentally sound when they just could have closed the game out with getting some scrap.
Here's the thing. Once in this game, once you hit 190, unless the other team is like on your ass, you you just play scrap like over and over and over, because you're one hill behind. Like, unless you're doing a shitty job of playing scrap, like, you're guaranteed to get 20 seconds here, 20 seconds there. Like, you're gonna make up that 60, and then you're gonna just keep putting the enemy team in a predicament where they have to contest you for that scrap, and they cannot rotate. So you're either securing that scrap, or you're winning rotation, like, guaranteed every time.
If you went back and you looked at that P4 hill after Ken got the 2-piece, you would see how desperate Florida was. But LAT just let them hit scrap. Like, they just let them hit it for free, basically.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Unfortunately for the Los Angeles Thieves, they get clutched out in the first map, but they bounce back here in the map number 2. It starts off pretty hot early. Envoy's got that bomb. He was actually seen on that B site. Florida had to get a pretty clean defense around here. Capsule's making big plays in PD. And then we head into the next round. LA Thieves, they do it right back on the defense. They were able to get some big holds here. I think it was actually Octane who hit some good shots here, especially onto the sniper here. Ben, I know you were losing composure a little bit with the snipe. Take a look at the shots here from Octane. Boom, he just absolutely laser beams them across the map. That's really nice shots from Sam. Ben, why were you tweaking about the sniper, Ben? Tell everybody why
I don't like when players, like in this case, Fellow was like 1-4 with the sniper, like 4 or 5 rounds in. Just put it away. See if an AR in your hand can give you something else. I just hate when teams lose this map because people refuse to adjust. We complained about this in the last match with Florida. Say fellow wasn't getting impact in the sniper the first couple rounds. He just needed to put it away.
Yeah, if it's not working, put it away. I agree with you on that one, Ben. I want to highlight this play from Kenny. I've said this before. Why doesn't somebody just play a cornerback here? Because people love the late flank all the time, and that's exactly what Kenny does. He hides behind a fucking palm tree, and he takes down 2. I mean, that's fantastic plays out of Kenny.
Great little weird spot to play.
Yeah, it's just a nice gritty corner, and then you can see Brack. He tries to make a play over towards the save point, and Kenny ends up taking him down as well. So it's really good plays from Kenny there. He finds 3 in the round, so pretty clinical out of him. Love the play call there to just play a corner. Then we go to the 1v2 here from Vickle. I thought he had a chance to clutch this. You see, he lights up one. He gets away. He lights up both of them. But then he says, fuck it. He just pulls out the knife and just tries to go nuts. Like, I was like, Vickle, calm down. You could have reloaded. They were both tagged up. Like, you could have been able to clutch that. Maybe even reload, go top AC or something.
You just
shoot him
gotta
off the
stay,
bomb.
I think he lost
stay
full.
alive because
Did he
you
lose
got
full?
bomb down, bomb planted. Yeah.
I don't know if
That
his
guy's
shots.
one
I don't
shot.
know if his nub slipped or the auto aim was a little funky right there.
Nub slip.
But I think after he didn't get either of those kills,
lost
he just
composure.
chalked.
His
Yeah, I think
tweaking.
he just chalked it up. He must have.
This whole
He
map
probably
looked
thought he was going to
trolly,
get
though.
rushed. It was a really weird play, but unfortunate.
Then we get into the next round. Capsule team nades Vickle, and then Draza kills Capsule, so it's immediately a 4v2 off the rip. 4v1 after Octane gets a pick onto Fellow, and then check out the baits here from Dylan Envoy. Check out the baits here on the ladder. I mean, you see all smiles coming in from Dylan after that one. I thought that was pretty funny as well. Just like back-to-back rounds were pretty trolly. That was good baits there from Dylan Envoy over there on that ladder as they go up 4-1. And then this is where Ben starts losing full. He starts tweaking about Fellow still sniping. Then Kenny and LA Thieves, they throw these tacks at Fellow. They get a first blood off the rip, 4v2 or 4v3 situation. Kenny ends up getting a streak off that as well. Bomb goes down for Florida, but they don't have any numbers left, and LA Thieves are able to swarm on in and get the retake. So they go up 5-1. Things do get a little crazy. Florida do win some rounds here. They end up winning like 3 rounds straight, so they bring it back to like a 4-5. So it definitely got scary. But the only round I really want to talk about is this round right here. Kenny has the streak, and I don't know what you guys think about this. I'm a little confused. I personally think if Kenny has the streak, he shouldn't be the one holding the bomb. I think they should call the streak in. I think they should get the information based on the streak and try and work a plan accordingly. Like try and maybe work a B plan.
100%.
Maybe work an A
100%.
plan. But instead, Kenny holds on to the bomb and he streaks. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, well, they're up 5-1. Who gives a fuck? But like I said, Florida ends up winning like 3 or 4 rounds in a row. They bring it back to 4-5. I mean, I start shitting my pants a little bit. I said, oh, my God, LA Thieves might choke this again. Like the first match. Because then you can see how it kind of goes down. Kenny, he gets picked. And then Capsule gets picked. And Florida's now LA Thieves. They didn't really do much off of their streak. You know what I mean? You guys agree
especially
with
with
that?
how bad. Yeah, I mean the streaks are horrible in this game. So like you can only really use them, especially in S&Ds, to get control.
Right.
Like make the other team have to run inside if they don't have a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
But Ken being the one with the bomb just makes it completely useless. In
I
my
feel
opinion.
like you just call that streak in and go B and just lay it while the streak's
Yeah,
in there.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Just like they don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Like just and again, like I said, they're up 5-1. I didn't think too much of it. But then as these rounds started going by, I mean, Florida, they were just honestly they slowed it down. Like Florida slowed it down. They started working picks. Like rounds just started going their way. Even this round, Vickle, he gets blooded. It's a 3v4 situation. But I think it was Brack who finds one right back, makes it a 3v3. LA Thieves are kind of on their toes. Capsule finds a guy slipping mid-map. Envoy tries to make a hero play here. He tries to, look at him, with no dead silence, he tries to crab walk up fucking mid-alley. That didn't really work out for him. 3v2 situation. But Florida, they started winning some rounds. They go into the last round. This is where LA Thieves was able to close it out, and they do so on a defense. I think it was Octane, good place in Florida, actually leave bomb and spawn off the rip. You can see Capsule, he gets aggressive, but Brack, he gets picked top windows. As soon as that guy top windows goes down, it's really difficult for Florida to make any plays here because you can't really watch over the bomb guys. So 3v4 situation. You see Capsule, he tried to make a play towards the back. Things got a little weird here because Capsule was sneaking. Florida, they were a little staggered. I just felt like none of them were doing anything together. They were all just kind of doing their own thing. Vickle was in PD. Capsule was taking a long route. Bomb was still in spawn. They didn't really set anything up here, and LA Thieves took advantage of it. They ended up, soloing these guys out. Envoy finds one, and then Capsule's by himself. He doesn't have enough time. LA Thieves take the map. They tie it up at 1. 10-6 from Kenny. He had a fantastic map. 8-5 from Octane. And guys, any final thoughts on the map number 2? Got a little scary, but LA Thieves look good in the map 2.
They do, but Florida still have yet to look good in search and destroy, at least as good as they used to with their old iterations. But hey, that's not going to stop them from winning this series in the long run, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Agreed.
to be honest with you guys, I mean, Florida just completely dismantled LA Thieves moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm surprised that the respawns went the way they did.
What do you think? What do you think it was, Ian? Do you think it was anything in particular? Do you think it was an off day for LA Thieves? Do you think Florida's looking better? I mean, what are you thinking?
I mean, bro, this split, I think we're seeing basically the exact same situation as Toronto after they won. I mean, like, you know how it is. We all know how it is. When you win an event, even if you're not like the most cockiest person, you have a different mindset. You know what I mean? You have a different swag. Your whole team does. So you go into these matches thinking differently than you did before. Like, even if it's only by
Like
a little bit, you know, you maybe don't give a team like Florida Mutineers any respect or as much respect as they should get. You know, you only really care about like playing Optic or Toronto or the other top teams. And Call of Duty is so day to day. Any team can be any team. Yeah. So if you're not going 100% and giving every team respect, like you can lose, and that's what's happening with LAT this split.
Yeah, it's easy to say that, and like some people will say, "Oh, that's like copium and stuff like that." But as a competitor, like that's always been true. It may not necessarily be the only reason that Thieves is struggling this split. But it definitely has a factor to a degree. But you still got to give love to the Florida Mutineers because I feel like these guys have been on the up and up. They've been looking better. You even said Vickle after they win. They said that their practice was going really good, and specifically him, man, he's been playing really well.
He's great.
He's been really good since we watched him at like the major and like the rest of this split. He's been playing really well for this team.
Even in the control, in the Expo control. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
I was saying when he fries, they win. Like I saw a tweet that like his stats, the 3 wins that they've had recently, like it's been pretty good numbers. So I think he's trying to definitely cement.
He's turned it around.
This team next season,
Even at the end of this control round, look, LA Thieves, they got a 4-stack. Brack, he does a really good job just getting on this point in the contest spot. You can see Vickle and Fellow, and they pick up a 2-piece of their own. They're able to save this round here in the last 15 seconds. Really big plays coming in from Florida, holding on to that 8-point. And I like how once they get the kills, they don't let LA Thieves breathe. They pounce on them and keep them pinned in that spawn trap. So big plays there from Florida on the defense. Then we go into the offense, and honestly, it was just Florida with a really big break. They break off towards A, and we know how important these breakoffs are. It's actually Fellow, who's mid-alley. He finds a couple kills with that AR, and Florida is actually able to work an A-cap here off the rip of Expo control. I mean, we talked about it before, bro. Like, breakoffs are really important in control. Like, really important. If you let a team do something calculated on the offense and cap this 8-point right away, you're most likely not winning this round. On a
Your best chance of getting this 8-point is off the rip, especially if you are the second offensive team, because you'll have trophies for your break-off. Usually the first offensive team doesn't have that luxury, so it's easy to nade them off the point. But the second offensive team, going there first, it's like it's so easy to get onto the point before the other team can even like stop you from getting bodies on. So you just have to like kind of protect them and bait them. So good on Florida.
Yeah, good on Florida. They get the 8-point right off the rip, and now they got 2 minutes to work with to get this B point on the offense. And to be honest, I thought they did a pretty damn good job. I think they took some routes. I think it was number 1 was Capsule, who ends up finding a kill up top bar. He jumps down, and he just kind of tucks himself into the spawn. Once he gets put into this position on B, that's where he kind of gets the green light to go a little rogue here. Fellow, he finds one. Capsule jumps the corner, finds another one. And now LA Thieves, they're spawning in the back. And this is what happens on Expo. Once they get one wave of kills, LA Thieves, they start getting that deep spawn in the back right. And obviously Florida, they're spawning close. They could just keep reinforcing. They can look over from top windows. All they got to really do is pick up the mid-map pinch. And they're pretty much golden here. And that's exactly what they do. They can work some stacks. And they were able to close out this offense as well. And then, obviously, it was a quick 3-0. They go back into the defense, and they take care of business on the LA Thieves. LA Thieves, they get the B point. They get the easy point. But Florida do a good job staying pushed up on a map. They hold their map control. And LA Thieves weren't able to get onto this 8-point and clutch this round up. As you can see, the lives just go down. The spawn traps come in, and Vickle, he's all hyped up. He's clapping it up. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard. 24-11 from Tyler Fellow. What a map from T Fellow, man. Love seeing my man T go crazy. For a lot of people that don't know, I actually played, like, Tyler Fell was like my original duo. Like when I was in high school playing Black Ops 2 tournaments. Like a lot of people don't know that. Like we played all the time. So to see Tyler Fell in the league right now doing his thing is awesome to see for me. So shout out to Tyler Fell for a good map. And then you have 2017 for Bickle, 23 and 15, 14. Everybody pulling weight.
Yeah, they all played great.
Florida. Yeah, all of them. All looked really good. Any final thoughts on the control before we head into the last map, guys?
Thieves just came up and played with their feet today. Period.
Yeah, I think
was ass today.
Thieves were a little compromised after that map because they got absolutely ran.
They got
Normally
Kentucky
Thieves-
fried.
Normally, Thieves are pretty good. I was feeling good. Okay, Fortress Hardpoint. Maybe they forced us to a game 5, which is going to be a Mercado search, which would have been really weird. But instead, Florida closed it out right here.
Yeah, they close it out. I mean, Florida, they have a really good break. I mean, they were able to get some time off P1, and then they held those spawns for P2, so they just have, like, a really good break off where they were able to go up about 30, 40 points. And as you go into the P3 rotation, this was just a really big hold for the Florida Mutineers. You can see some weird spawns, though, were coming in. I was a little confused about the spawns here. We could kind of watch it back and see how that kind of happened. Or I don't know if it was this one or the second one. I think it might have been the second rotation. Yes, it was the second P3, so we'll get there. It wasn't the first P3, it was the second one, so we'll look at it. But Octane, he's the only one up here on rotation. He's trying to hold on. You can see number 6. That was actually weird too, though. So number 6 dies. His teammate spawns in the back, and then number 8 spawns in the back, and number 6 spawns at new. I mean, what is that? Does that make any sense to you guys or no?
Nah.
It's just Modern Warfare 2, bro. It's just Modern Warfare 2, man. That's just it's kill timings. So the first open
this
spawn
happened on the second P3 as well, and I wrote it down.
The first open spawn is going to be the one in the back. So the Thieves player that died first, he gets that spawn. Since he spawns there, he's blocking that spawn. So the next open spawn is going to be either P1 or the front spawn. Well, nobody on Thieves is P1, so the Mutineers guy gets the P1 spawn, and then the next guy that spawns, he gets the one that Octane is at. It's just it's literally just chain hills, because one guy spawns, he blocks that spawn, the next guy spawns, blocks that one, so then this next one becomes available. It's so dumb, dude.
I mean I'm personally, bro, they're on Old Hill. The back spawn is wide open. Like everybody should just be spawning in the back. Like as long as this P2 hardpoint is still popped, everybody should be spawning back there. But instead, Draza, he spawns out. But Florida, they make the most of it. They run through gate. They use their numbers. Wasn't really too much Draza could do here because he finds one, but he's just getting swarmed by the Florida Mutineers, and they're able to break on in. And we know this P3 hardpoint and how easy it is to hold. We have seen a lot of teams troll it, but Florida, they definitely do not troll this one. Fellow gets one, he goes down, but then it's Vickle and Brack who hold off the wall from the LA Thieves. And I like the tight setup from Florida, right? Nobody goes crazy. Nobody goes rogue. Everybody just holds their lanes, holds their crossfires, and look how easy it is for them. They get a full 60 on that one. They get a pretty fat lead after that. And then the last P4, P5, they end up splitting a little bit. Florida had a bit of a lead going into the second rotation, and this is just what Florida does best. Going into the second rotation, I thought they did a good job just staying ahead of the game, like just staying ahead of their rotations and keeping LA Thieves pinned. That's what they did. Going into the second set, you can see Thieves are already put back in that spawn trap. Florida did a good job getting kills and kind of blocking those spawns and kind of pinning LA Thieves back. They were able to work a lot of time here on the second rotation as well as they picked up some of that. And then, again, we go into the second P3, and it was kind of the same thing. They split P2s, but look at the spawns here from Octane. Can you explain this one, Chris?
I can try.
So you can see everybody goes down. Number 8 spawns there. Number 1, number 4 there. 5's a new. I mean, they were just spawning all over the place.
It was the exact same thing that happened. It literally was the exact same thing, except
Pickle has no idea. Look, he goes to reload. He has no idea.
So like what?
Not
Pickle
even
lost
in
full.
this
Yeah.
game.
that was actually identical to what happened. This guy spawned here and blocked it. So then this guy spawned here and that guy blocked that one.
That's pathetic,
so the only
bro.
available spawn's that one.
That's pathetic. That is
I mean,
embarrassing.
how many times do you think this year spawns like that have completely just changed the game?
Oh, multiple times.
It's got to be 50 plus.
A million times. And a million.
Actually, I don't know why. 50, yeah, like in the hundreds.
It happens so many times, but you want to another thing, and this is why I hate this game for it. You can't hold kill cams in this game. So like your spawn timings can vary a lot, but also having a respawn delay in Hardpoint. I get if we didn't have one, some of these games and the way the maps are, they would play too quickly. But having a respawn, Hardpoint when it first came out was birthed with no respawn. BO2 had none, and that's what made it great. Because there was no spawn timing fugaze. It was just insta spawn. The only thing you could do was hold your kill cam, which I think is fine. But dude, Hardpoint plays better, at least spawn wise, without what is it called? Respawn timers.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have Cold War spawn, so I feel that.
Yeah.
You can see how much it meant to
God.
Vigo. I mean, he was just going nuts.
Oh my God.
The Vico was
He's a
twisted.
fucking animal. He's a fucking beast.
I'm not dapping him up after that.
Nah, hell no. He's going to break
Bro,
your
broke
hand.
my fucking hand, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, that used to happen all the time. Every
Break,
time
break
you
your,
go
break your nub.
It's
Yeah,
not
the
remember,
Vico
Vico.
would've been
Ian,
broke.
Ian,
It's
remember,
not Vico,
Dylan
it's
used to do that
Vico.
shit? Ian Dylan used to do that shit. Remember that?
Yeah, he would get so hyped. Yo, he
Bro.
actually tried to break the nub a couple of times. I'm not
Nah,
gonna
bro.
lie.
He used to win maps, and he'd get so hyped, he'd start punching our fist. I'm like, bro, you're going to break our hand.
yeah, he dead
It's
ass
the
would.
moneymaker right
You
here,
know what
bro.
I'm saying? You
Like,
better calm your ass down. But we'll take a look at the final.
I mean, he fried,
scoreboard.
though.
He went crazy.
Yeah.
35 and 21. Vickle just absolutely pooped on these guys. Boop. He went absolutely nuts. Shout out to Vickle. 35 and 21 with 3,300 damage. 3,600 damage from Tyler Fellow as well. 27 and 20. They both, the whole Florida team looked great. Brad Cap, so they all played well. On the other side, everybody negative. LA Thieves, they struggled in the slaying department, which you don't see very often from these guys. Any final thoughts on the series, guys, as we head into the third series of the day between Optic and Seattle?
These have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say with the way this is looking like Thieves might, if they do qualify for winners bracket, I feel like it'll be on the lower end, and we're gonna see that traditional Thieves, at least of this year, where they end up being one of the best teams that is matching up against another like good team in the first round. And I'm actually interested to see how the rest of this goes, because if Thieves might not make winners bracket first off, but if they do, it'll probably be on the lower end. And like I said, they might end up playing like an Optic again, or like a Toronto, like round one. And like, I hate those brackets, dude. I hate them.
I mean, so for Thieves, they've got Rocker and London left next week. I think that they can win both of those matches.
Yeah.
But not the way they're playing right now. Like, so there's that. And to your point, like, you know, Optic's got the tiebreaker head-to-head on FaZe. They're about to play Toronto tomorrow. So Optic win that. They're pretty much set 5-0. We're going to get first seed.
Who does Florida play, Ben? Who's their last match?
They got Rocker
or
and
two match, I mean?
Florida has London and Optic.
Oh no, that was so wrong.
no.
Because
Florida-
I know it's a long shot, but you love to see Florida actually going hard, because they still can technically make it, like make champs. So I think some things would have to go their way, but
That's why the Vegas match is so important tomorrow. Because if Vegas lose to Rocker, then they have to beat Seattle, and we get this weird 2-3 crazy potential tiebreaker situations. So we have like three teams that are like 4-1 or some shit. So regardless for Thieves, like I think they're playing probably Toronto or Optic round one, and depending on how you look at it, it's either a good thing, i.e. we might eliminate one of those teams early from the tournament, or a bad thing in terms of their current form. I don't think they're gonna square well with them.
All right, well, let's hop in to the next series of the day. We got Optic Texas going up against the Seattle Surge. We got a Hydro Hardpoint, Hotel Search and Destroy, Hotel Control, Fortress Hardpoint, and Embassy S&D. I mean, anything that you guys see in the vetoes that caught your eye? See, Seattle got rid of Mercado, Optic got rid of Embassy. Anything that you guys see?
Well, Seattle's still just simply not going to stray away from having auto vetoes. I think they just have their formula for the end of the season, and they're just going to try to see if they go out there and works. Listen, they're scrimming every day. I'm sure they're trying to, improve, but like, they're not. You still have an auto veto. You're just going to keep doing what you're doing and pray that you show up and play your game. And it's dude. I don't know what to say about that.
The auto veto is cheese. It's trolling.
I'm sticking my neck out on this one, and if I get stupid DMs from fucking Seattle team, I don't really care, bro. Like, I think this team is, we got to evaluate this team for what it is right now. Like, they had a really good start to the season. They were looking like, okay, this is Seattle from last season. They're going to hang with the big boys. They made a grand final, Major 1. Since then, they have been very hot and mostly cold in search. The respawn has been there a decent amount, but oftentimes they rely on Pred to carry, because you get games like you got from Lamar and Mac on this first map where they just don't really handle it on the slaying aspect. I just think for Seattle, you look at their current position going into the rest of this major, like they have not secured a champ spot. They're not going to secure it until the event. If God forbid Minnesota or Boston and Vegas like kick up, there is a world where Seattle, very small world, it's not a high possibility, so don't go roast me, that they might not make champs. And I think from my position, if I'm Seattle and I don't win tomorrow, like you think about bringing Gwyn in. I think you have the conversation. Don't live in this. We'll figure it out over the season.
Yo, call me insane. I don't think this team will get any worse by making a change and trying out their sub. And on top of that, give the kid a chance and see what he can do, maybe, because at the very least, you might get some looks for him, see if you want to actually bring him in the next season, because people on this team are going to be gone. So maybe you actually give a chance to, get this guy some play time, because right now, whatever you're doing, it ain't working.
I mean, bro, did you see Sam Phoenix's tweet?
Yeah,
No.
I
don't know what's going on.
That's what I'm,
Seattle
that's what I'm
camp, bro.
saying. It's like, bro, all like, look, I get it. Like Sam's gonna kind of hold the line with his team, and like he's not gonna be super critical. I just feel like this team's got to step out of their
players
situation.
know though, man. They know they're not
Listen,
making
bro,
they got to
improvements.
know that they're not.
They got to know they're getting their
Well,
shit.
there are two sides to this coin. There's the rocker, there's the rocker coaches where they're just like, things are, it's not indicative of our practice, whatever. We've been doing it in practice. It's just like, you just can't win, whatever. And then there's Sam Phoenix and saying, oh, dude, we're good. Like, we got this type of like shit. Like, bro, these teams need to be real with themselves. And listen, I'm not saying you should go put this out on social media, but there's absolutely, if this is the way that you are just approaching every situation and actually thinking, the way that things are going, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Sam's tweeted that like they made improvements, bro. They won 0 maps. Like
That's
the
exactly
first 2
what I'm
series this
saying.
major.
So I don't
It's
think
like,
they're
I
gonna
don't know.
bring Gwyn in.
Improvements.
Yeah, like I don't know what to say about all
But they
that.
Where?
They should.
Bro, they're
like
on
you
a
said,
9.
man.
They're on a 9 since they got reverse swept by Rocker. Counting those 3 maps, they've lost 9 maps in a row. In the CDL.
Damn.
They've beat two teams they beat one team on lead. LAG.
Yeah, bro. Like we got to step out of the situation. This team is just not that good right now, and like we won't be. And yeah, maybe you can make champs. You're gonna get top 8. We'll see what the fucking baccarat tables on Friday night.
Well, let's get into
There's no way if they don't. I would. If these guys don't make champs,
Okay.
Pred is going straight to hell, bro. Not because he's like did anything wrong.
It's
More so.
Yo,
It's more so that this guy. Wait. This guy literally this season is basically an MVP candidate, and if his team somehow doesn't make champs, bro, hell is hot, bro.
Yeah.
Hell is hot for Seattle Surge, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I see what
Australia,
you're saying.
They are
Motherfucker, go to
doing.
hell.
They are doing him wrong.
Yeah, he's losing
They are
composure.
doing him so wrong.
Wait, I have a
man.
genuine question though, and I'm not saying this is the case,
Mhm.
but do you think that this is like a LeBron on the early Cavs, or do you think that? 'Cause, I mean, bro, Matt, Accuracy, and Sib are
literally
not
is.
that
LePred,
bad.
the LePred.
Like they're not that bad. I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, do you think it's possible that Pred's play style might not be the best for team success? You think that's possible?
I just
Or
think
no?
the way
Is
the
that
team
completely
is set
guess?
up, Ian, is like, and they've talked about this, is like, bro, they basically play with Pred and Dante can do whatever they want on the map, and Mac and Lamar have to block.
But they're on a
swarms and how to
leash.
play.
Bro,
It's like the problem with that is I feel like it screws up your timings. I feel like it puts people in limbo, puts them in weird situations. I think it is kind of like that situation with LeBron, and you know what LeBron did in that situation? He went to
Motherfucking
South
left,
Beach
he went to
to
Miami,
go team
got
with the silver
some.
team. I think Pred's about to go do that.
Every
Wait,
shot
wait,
that
hold
was in
on.
every
This argument, I hate when people make this argument or like try to like bring it up because this is the only team that Pred has played for. So
Yeah.
like you can't actually
Same
make
as
that.
LeBron. He got drafted to the Cavs.
You can't really make. Well, not. I want to say you can't really make the argument that he's hurting their team. It's literally the only team he's ever played for. If let's say he goes to a team next season, they dominate for whatever reason, we're gonna be going back and looking at this statement and just being like, wow, you're
Well,
wrong.
I know I wasn't a
But
statement.
yeah.
I was just genuinely asking.
I get it. I know. I just. It's the only team he's played for. So like,
I think he's just too talented in my opinion. Regardless of how he's
He is,
playing,
he
I
is.
mean, he is a super talented player. Just play around him. Like there should definitely be ways to play around him and work with him. I mean, in terms of you're saying in terms of the way he plays, Ian, like a kind of just like like it's fucking a team over kind of thing. Like, is that what you're saying?
So not necessarily fucking the team over. The best way I'll put it is I said the same thing last year with Envoy. I said like I think his play style suited more for 5v5.
Yeah.
And then they went back to back and won, obviously. And I was told by like the coaches on LAT that they worked with him daily in practice to kind of fix his play style, not like completely change it, but make it more beneficial for them.
More efficient.
Yeah, more efficient for the team success. So I don't think he's fucking them over. Like Pred's discussing, you know, he's one of the best players in the game. But I wonder if it's like maybe his teammates are on too tight of a leash and he just has no leash. You know what I mean? Like maybe you reel him in a little bit and you might see something different. I'm not saying that's the case, but it's something to think about.
I don't know if that's even a thing though, because I feel like that's always been Lamar's, I guess, play style. It's been his niche. Like every time he's ever played with super talented players, like look at Kenny back in World War II. Yeah, I mean Lamar played better statistically there, but it was the same thing. It's like Kenny go rogue, I'm just going to go here and hold, or I'll get the hill. Like he's always been that player. So I think that's kind of like what you've expected. I don't think this is necessarily hurting their play style. I just think this is the play style that they opt to play and they feel like is the most beneficial and successful for them. It might not translate in matches. Obviously these guys are saying they made improvements, but I mean, if it's not translating in matches, who really gives a fuck?
That's what I'm saying, Chris. Like, even if that's the case, like, just be real with yourselves. It's not working this season. It maybe worked in November and December. People are still learning the game now that people know where people are spawning and timings and all that. Like I mean, Tom will show a situation that happens on like a P5. There's just nowhere to be found with the guy in Hill, and the guy in Hill was Pred.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, I don't know.
A few, I mean, one of them being this break right here. I mean, we'll see what happens in the offseason with Pred because I believe he's not to be a free agent. So I'm curious to see what Seattle offers him and what some other teams offer him. That's going to be a pretty good offseason for Mr. AG, if you ask me. But I thought this was a great break from Optic, and I really like the route here from Hook. You can see Shotzi, he tries to do it initially, but Hook, he's going to take this water route, and then he's going to get kind of pushed up on Lamar here. He knows that people like to play this top dome area, kind of play exits off that old hill. I just thought it was like a really good route from Hook to get Lamar out of there. And then look at the way Optic sets this up. You see Shotzi, he takes one water route right. Hook takes a water route left. And then the two other players, they kind of play through mid. They kind of just funnel Seattle Surge here. I mean, this is probably a hill where Surge need to try and lock this down. But you can see right away, Optic Texas are able to get in here and break this one pretty clean. It was a little mixy, went a little back and forth. Some trades happened, but instead of Seattle locking down a full 60, they're not able to get much time here. And because of that, Optic was able to get a little bit of a lead going into the second rotation of hardpoint. So just really good plays, really good break from Optic there. I really like the routes that they took. I like the way they set things up sometimes in hardpoint. And we go into the P5. Optic, they get here early. Seattle was able to break here because Dante, he makes some good plays here. He gets pushed up on the left side. He finds a couple kills, gets some nice shots onto Ghosty as well. Obviously, you know what Sib's going to bring to the table in terms of gunny. He was laying down some nice shots there. And then AJ, he hits onto the hill. So Seattle, they were able to get this last 30, but you can see because of that break on a P4 Optic, they got about a 50-point lead going into the second set of rotations. And this is where things get interesting. We go into the second P2. This is where Seattle were able to get a pretty good break. I don't know what happened to Optic here. We can kind of watch it back and see what the heck was going on. You can see it was Shotzi who was trying to make a play dome here. Hook finds one, but it's AG. AG finds one. Kills go down, and I don't even know how Seattle was able to break on into this one. We'll take a look and see what the heck happens. It looked like they pinched. There's Lamar who wins a big fight dome, and then somebody dies in the back, and Optic just kind of get broke. Kind of like what Optic did, pinching in Seattle Surge. Seattle kind of did the same thing back to him. I felt like this could have been even more of a blowout if Optic didn't get broken there. But Seattle, they come back. They break that. They get some time, and then we go into the second P3. And same thing, Optic. They get a little bit of time. They get about 20 seconds before Seattle were able to get here. And it's actually Mac who makes the plays here. Mac, he gets pushed up into top P3, and he finds one on the point. And Mac continues to go crazy. Jumps outskirts. He finds another kill. And then this is where Mac, he just goes on a little bit of a spree. Finds Big Brucey in the back. So you could just see the solo plays for Mac coming in. Good shots out of him. That was another hill that I thought Optic maybe should have locked down there. But Mac with the good individual plays, he keeps the streak going. And Optic, they end up chalking him up. I think Mac ends up getting some more kills here and picking up a streak. You can see him jump the corner. Actually, no, he doesn't get the streak. So he gets taken down last second. Good win from Hook. But you can see Seattle, because of those two breaks, the P3, the P2 and the P3, they were able to bring it back a little bit. But This is kind of where Optic, they start to somewhat run away from it. We got to listen in from Seattle Surge. So let's tune in, see how Surge was sounding, and then we'll get back to the map.
Are you blocking? Back P2, Kyler. I'm looking top P2. We can't. Outer one shot.
I got naded.
I'm coming.
Yeah, we should just leave the hill wide. Try to kill him off time. I think he pushed close.
P1 dead.
Nice, could be in close. I stunned him. Yep. Could be definitely close. I'm hitting up.
Bottom close. Dead.
Nice. I'm showing up. Shout time.
Front line.
I'm showing it.
He's one shot. Front line.
Nice. One more. Okay, two on time.
It makes me not
yeah, I'm gonna play low right.
They could be in close. Okay, I'm holding low right. They could be in close. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the back.
Go to the back.
Are you go?
Yes, I have it.
I'm playing runes with Lamar. I'm holding top.
Okay. The big hill, guys. Big hill right here.
One's pond to be.
Front open. I have to back up.
Yeah, one's pond to be.
One shot dashy. One could be front.
One's still pond.
They could come front, guys.
Absolutely dead.
I backed up.
Two front.
You need to have Lamar.
I found out.
Front dashy on the ground.
Window room dead.
Nice. He
just ran too close.
I'm
Someone get good times. I'm just hold.
I'm looking low right.
I'm blocking. I'm blocking the front right now.
I'm not front. I'm looking dead. Nice.
I'm holding
Good job. Looking for who can dash.
He's like close to me.
You can dash.
Big kill, boys. I'm holding pond still.
I'm looking low right.
Open.
Nice.
Holding pond.
Okay, go see.
Okay, ruins.
Front window. He double crossed.
I need help on time.
One's on you.
Front door, bro. Two of them, guys. I need help on time. Two on top. Went up top.
Okay.
I'm popping in the pot. Hold on. Keep pulling up.
And you can hear AG at the last second, right, guys?
But can we go back?
Time.
Yep. Yeah.
I want to see how he hold on. I want to see what the hell happened. How he was the only one.
Yeah. So Lamar, I like where Lamar's at. Lamar's on a rock. Somebody's blocking spawn. Mac dies up front. I mean, right here, I mean, if anything, I think eventually the guy in the back, Dante, should move. Eventually, I think he should just push up. Optic do a good job using their numbers front.
I think
Dante, I don't understand, though. I don't understand why Pred accuracy. No, so he looked towards the office, or whatever people call the little right window room.
Lamar couldn't cut off the window.
No, yeah. Are you sure Lamar doesn't?
Nah, he gets one and he tags up the guy who crosses. He tags up the guy who crosses. I think feel like Pred needs to be in a better spot.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Pred could have literally just sat in the hill.
Yeah, he needs to be in a better spot. He needs to be in the back, staying alive back here.
I agree. He could have definitely been in a better spot. But again, I feel like Lamar could have been a little bit more proactive. Maybe after he gets that hill, start to push up towards the archway and clear his left, and then slowly starts to funnel up front. Then Sib moves up as well. But also, did you notice where Mac was before that?
Yeah, he was pushed out front.
Yeah, no, but he was way pushed out. He could have just stayed. Look, no, before. Or again.
You said P1 back here when he
just sit here.
Yeah,
just sit here, shoot, just play the cup, be the nuisance, play the crossfire with Lamar. Look, he gets 2 kills. Where are you going, Blood?
Yeah, no,
where is Blood going? He just opened up the P1 spawn.
Well, another thing to point out, even though he ended up backtracking himself in the listen-in, it kind of goes to what I was saying is Seattle had a perfect setup off rip, and Pred was asking for someone to get in the hill. When he was in it, when they had a complete setup.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, no, actually, never mind. Everyone hold. So I'm not trying to nitpick, but I'm just saying that could be something that happens on a lot of other maps where it completely messes up the flow of the team. It is possible.
Yep. I agree.
That people just don't look at it like that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People look at KD and they see Pred frying, which he is, but he could also be maybe hurting some of his other teammates' performances.
I actually thought Lamar made a great play there. He picks up outer, finds a kill. He tags up a guy one shot crossing. He finds another kill mid-map. I mean, he gets 2 and tags up a guy one shot, and he calls it out. You hear Lamar listening. He's front. I mean, the guy fronts one shot running through front door, shooting the guy in hill in the back. I mean,
Pred could have also literally just chowed him, pushed out the front, literally got the kill, and then turned to watch his water or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's multiple things they could have done differently. I mean,
and then I love the discipline here from Shotzi. He pulls out a Scar, I think. Shotzi pulls out a Scar here, and he ends up going towards top bridge. I just like how Shotzi's let me just call game right now. You know what I mean? Let me get pushed up bridge. He can watch the water out underneath them or sound whore, and he could kind of hold this lane here. And he knows these routes are coming. He knows Seattle's going to be taking these water routes when we're going back to this P1 hill. So Shotzi makes a good heads-up play. He's able to find one. Ghosty, he's holding the overextension over by Ruins. You can see Hoop now. He's on the point. Dashy's looking in behind him. And I don't know what happened here, but AG, I don't think he realized where Hoop was on the hill. He goes down. The teammate comes in, and Dashy with a couple kills. Good discipline from Optic Texas to just rotate. No, don't get overzealous, right? Don't just run at that old hill and lose spawns and You know, they just stay disciplined, rotate, hold your lanes. You look at the final scoreboard. AG 24-17, 21-19 from Lamar. 19-15 for 7. I mean, they were all slaying. You know what I mean? They were definitely getting kills. On the other side, everybody negative except for Hook, who's positive 3. So Optic Texas getting outslayed in this one and winning pretty easily. And Ian, I think that goes back to your point, right? Like, just they're not really like playing the game the right way.
Optic played that map fantastically.
Yeah, no, they look good there. Good plays from Shotzi at the end there. Any final thoughts on a map 1, guys? Any final thoughts?
Kills don't mean everything, man. Just look at the scoreboard.
I mean, this game would have been a mega blowout if Seattle didn't get those B2 breaks. Like they would have lost by 100 plus. And then we had this search, and bro, we've talked about Seattle in this game mode. We have 0 confidence. Down 0-1. Optic has been at times good at search. I know Hotel S&D sometimes has been a little bit of a tricky one for Optic, but I wasn't feeling particularly confident on Seattle's chances after that first map.
Yeah, I actually thought Optic played this first round pretty well. First, they go towards A. Seattle tried to blind counter him about at A side, but it ends up being a 2v2 situation. It was a 3v2. I thought Hoog overshot a little bit mid-map, but it's a 2v2 situation. Optic, they end up rotating the bomb from A to B, so they kind of catch one guy out of the play. They're able to get the bomb down. Dante tries to make a play here, tries to get in there, but Dan Ghosty, he finds one side door. Shotzi helps him. I mean, it's a snake pit, right? It's really hard to break that point, especially if you don't got tax. So Optic, they go up 1-0. Then the next round, some trades go down. Ghosty, he finds one on the cross. Somebody tried to, I think Dashy goes down right before he crosses as well. So 3v3 situation. This one ends up coming down to a 1v1. Actually, Shotzi in a 1v2. He takes down Mac. Now, right here, I don't know what you guys think. I feel like right here, as soon as Shotzi gets the kill, a good team is probably going to stack the same way. Like, I feel like I thought this was actually pretty predictable that he was down here. Now, I know that we can see where he is. So, like, it's hard for me to actually tell what I would have thought in the moment. But I think against good teams, like, they're always going to double up the same side. I think a shit team might separate.
Hey, where was, can we, like, see, like, before where Lamar was, and did he get any kills?
Lamar planted Lamar, I don't know if he, let me see what happened here. Lamar was in the back here. And I think, I don't know what happened here. It was a 2v2 situation. I don't think Lamar got any kills. Not like recent where they would know where he's at. And he's shooting right there. So he kills Hook from double desk. Maybe that's what it was. That's probably what it was. Well,
you want what it was?
Because you don't know. He doesn't know who planted.
I think they do.
Nah,
like, there's no way this is him.
Right here.
There's no way there's no way that he got there that fast. So they know this guy's still either on bomb, so he's either going to be like, he either went couch, info desk, or he's underneath him. Yeah. So he probably just isolated every single angle after that.
Yeah. I mean, I like one thing I do love is Shotzi puts the fucking gas pedal down. He does not like one of those players who literally just stand around and do nothing in a 1v1 clutch. I can't stand when players do that. But Lamar makes a really great play. Just gets himself tucked into the corner, holds that lane with the AR, plays his distance. I thought Shotzi for a second was going to read him underneath him, but he doesn't read him. Lamar makes a good play. We're tied up at 1. And then I like the play here from Shotzi. He actually takes a little bit of a route here to the middle of the map. He catches Mac with his pants down. See you later. He finds the first blood, 4v3. And then right here, Dante, he starts wallbanging him a little bit. But Shotzi, he does a good job staying alive until he jumps out like this. How you doing, Lamar? Boom, takes him down. 3v3 Shotzi, maybe just a little bit too twisted there. But Hook, he makes the play. He's laying down here. People were calling this a stair glitch. I mean, what do you guys? I don't know. I don't have no idea.
This is indeed a stair glitch. Unless if he was higher,
he's shameless.
If he was higher up, maybe it wasn't that bad. But I'm pretty sure this is a stair glitch. I
don't know. I don't know what is and what isn't. I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure that's a stair glitch.
We had a scrap in the watch party, and they play Optic tomorrow. So I'm very curious to see what Toronto does. They see Optic pull stuff out.
Listen, bro, have you seen the snakes, man? Who cares? They just do whatever you want at this point.
Snake could be snakes.
Do the Clayster, bro. Play the game out the box. Clay back in the day was trying to play with Claymores. I'm not even trolling.
Wait, snaking is bad? Wait, Ian, snaking is bad? Stair glitching is a different level of scumbag.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
You're actually invisible.
You're right. I don't know. I don't really know if that was brought up at all. I wonder if anybody brought it up in like the GA chat or something. I wonder if anybody said anything, or maybe people just like at this point are like, who cares? And everybody's gonna be stair glitching tomorrow, which should be interesting to watch. But Hook, he makes the play, gets the kill. Shotzi takes the route. They go up 1-2, and then we get into this round. It was actually Dan Ghosty who makes the play. You can see Dan. He's down low here. I don't know how he gets to. Bruce is playing top bedroom with a pistol. Dan, he actually shoots the guy off the bomb, And then he gets tucked into a corner, and the guy, Mac, he just jumps right over his head. And Dan was able to find a big two-piece there. So what was a 3v3 ends up being a 3v1 after Dan's big two-piece there. So they end up going up 1-3 here. Great plays from Mr. Dan Gosi.
What the?
And then he continues again. Some trades happen mid-map. 3v3 situation. Dante with some nice shots on the Dan. I thought Dan went a little bit rogue there. 3v3. You might want to chill. Bomb's going down. Just play your life. Wait for that bomb to go down. Then try and make a play. Hook, though, he tries to clutch the 1v2. And take a look at this. First of all, let's slow this down here. Okay? Let's slow this down. Chris, what gun is he using? I can't really see that well. What gun is that? Is that a Vaznev?
It looks like a Vaznev.
Nah. Dante 8 here, bruv. Dante 8 there. You gotta be kidding me.
Nah, hit him with
tanked.
Nah, he whiffed, and he hit him with 4 bullets, and at that range, you're not killing him.
Let me see this one. Nah. Bro, let me tell you something. The Scar is just a different. It's a different ball game of cheese. You know what I mean? He gets those kills. With the Scar, he gets both those kills.
You want it? Well, yeah, because the Scar has less multipliers. You know what sucks about this game is there's so many multipliers on the body.
Yeah,
there's so many multipliers on the character model that like you have a different damage profile for the upper chest, the head, the lower chest, the arms, the legs, the lower chest. It's just like, bro, your toes. Like, yeah, every single part you shoot, like it's I hate it, bro. Multipliers should not exist. I don't care if it's realistic. The only multiplier that should exist is the head, and it should be a slight buff where if you hit like 2-3 headshots, you'll kill immediately, but not where like one bullet affects your TTK, bro. It's terrible.
Yep, Seattle, they end up bouncing back. They just rush plan A that round. It's just quick rush plan to get across the bedroom. I mean, pretty standard round from Seattle. Let me go to the 3-3 round. Again, Seattle with a quick defense. Look at the route that they take here on the defense. They double hit, or 2 guys hit double arch here. Dante actually finds a kill on a cross. And then Shotzi, he just gets picked out. I don't think he realizes all these Seattle players are already behind him. Seattle, with just a lot of aggression in that round. Love the play call there from Seattle to get aggressive through double arches. They end up going up 4-3. And then this round, Seattle almost able to clutch, but I thought Dan Ghosty made fantastic plays here. He played great this map. Dan was doing his thing. 1v2 situation, 9 seconds on the clock. He kills the bomb carrier, gets tucked into a corner, and I'm saying, Lamar's about to jump on his head. Dan Ghosty. Man, that gun is good. Absolutely shreds Lamar from 2 feet away. Hip fire comes in.
That's tack on tack violence,
man,
bro.
that gun is fucking good.
Back up when they decide to rotate.
Is that tack on tack, or does he have a Vaz?
Let me see here. Let me see. Let's hit a little pause.
Slow down.
Let's get a little pause here. Wait a second. I think we got a Vaznev.
Hit a pause.
I think we got a Vaznev here, folks. Hold on. Let me hit up. Let me fast forward here. Boom. Okay. Let's play it out. Let's go to the 225. Let's let it rip.
Let's see it.
Let's see what we're working with here. Okay, so Lamar, any second now, as you can see on your screen, is gonna jump down.
As you can see.
Yeah, that's a Vaznev. Let's keep it going. That's a Vaznev. Let's keep it going. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And then we're obviously tied up at 4 here. Love the play call from Optic here. They actually 4-hit B in this round and just completely dismantled this guy in B. Look at him by himself, just sitting here. AG, he's just waiting. You know what I mean? He's thinking everything's okay, everything's peaches and cream, until he gets an absolute wall, the green wall of Optic flying in, and they do a good job here. They jump the corner.
Hold on.
Oh, man. Everybody hold the line. Benjamin and scene.
Bro, what is this setup from? Okay, so this is where we talk about the back door not being open. Brother, what is this attempt at a hold from fucking Seattle?
You don't like that, Ben? You don't like that?
Bro, they're like stacking side door?
Why did Lamar should just get in there, bro? Just start hitting some snakes.
Well, the reason I don't like it is because like if you're able to hold back door, you can get probably one more of a freebie on that side. But with the side door and like he just gets team child and gun, and then I think like I don't think Pred was trying to bait his teammate side door. I think he's assuming that someone's going to come.
Wait, the angle that Pred is in is also just dog shit. Because most people, look at that now. It is, but it's always the angle they dive. Most people just dive past it. You're not even going to get a kill, so they're going to dive past you, and then you're just going to be like, oh fuck, what do I do? Your teammate's getting shot, and then you get ISO'd. Like playing in between that oven is so ass. If your job is to watch catwalk, you have to have a guy like aggressively take control of your fridge. That way you can play wider angles, like along the oven or close to the door or in the tiny like hallway. Playing behind that spot is so ass.
Yep. And you can see Dan Ghosty 12-4. He's having an absolute map. And look at the strat here from Optic. Shotzzy dives across. They hit out Jules. They double hit it. Who comes around? He ends up dying. Ghosty, he finds a big 1v1 mid-map. But take a look at the plays from Shotzzy here. Throws the nade out. Takes care of Lamar. And then take a look at the win here from Mr. Anthony Shotzzy, the one and only. Hits him with the step back. Boom. Vaznev
Wow, what
to the
gun is
face.
that?
That's an absolute Vaznev to the fucking dome piece. Shotzzy, he makes the play, and that pretty much solidifies the round because the bomb is down. And look at the setup here from Shotzzy and Ghosty. There is no way in hell that they are able to lose this, especially when Mac throws a stun out and the stun doesn't fucking work. So Mac throws a stun out.
Stun didn't connect.
Stun literally fucking blows up right
crazy.
in between both of them, and it doesn't connect with them. No aim assist comes in.
Holy shit! Pro players without aim assist. Imagine, I'm kidding.
Maybe Dan actually got stunned there.
Maybe
controller players without aim assist. LOL.
Maybe. But yeah, it's a really good round. We can take a look at the scoreboard. 13-4 from Dan Ghosty. Phenomenal plays from Mr. Dan. 10-7 from Shotzzy as well. On the other side, everybody negative. Nobody able to get anything going. Fantastic plays. Any final thoughts out of map number 2? Ian, any final thoughts on map 2? Dude, I turn over and say, Ian, any final thoughts? And I just see your pictures. Funny,
I
bro.
give Optic Texas 1.5 thumbs up. Great map. Seattle, I don't know what those cats are doing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Seattle Surge, but definitely some great individual plays coming in from Optic Texas. And then we get into the control. Optic are actually able to hold on defense here in the first round. Seattle, they get that 8 point, but they have one more tick left. And Optic just do a good job just staying pushed up on a map. Shotzzy and Hook are so annoying to play against. They're always pushed up on a map. They're the epitome of hitting through gaps and getting pushed up and being annoying. You know what I mean? And when they're both doing it together, Seattle just really struggled on getting this B point. There was always either one of them pushed up in bedroom. And then you have Dan Ghosty and Dashy holding your pinches and holding down lanes. I mean, it's definitely not easy. Optic, they come out, they win the defense. And then want to highlight this play from Lamar. It was actually Optic who actually were able to get onto this point. I thought for a second that they were actually going to cap this, but take a look at the 3-piece here from Lamar. It's almost like target practice. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody standing still. Nobody watching their pinch. Good plays there from Lamar to save that B point. I think that ends up saving.
He lost full here.
Yeah, well, they end up saving. That ends up saving the round for them. So great plays from Lamar. They end up winning this defense. After that happens, Optic, they obviously get the 8 point, but because of that individual play from Lamar, they pin everybody back. Bada bing, bada boom, and Optic, they kind of lose their lives pretty quickly. It was a great route from Lamar. People are saying go back to the spawn. What spawn are they talking about? Was there a Fugazi spawn?
No, just when they spawn bottom bed.
Oh, when they spawn bottom bed?
Yeah, on Lamar.
Yeah. No, that was definitely. I mean, it almost worked out for him because they were able to get a beat. Oh yeah. After he got the 3-piece. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. There's nobody putting any pressure towards Kitchen at all. Maybe it's because Lamar's looking at it right here. That might be why. Because he's kind of, see how he's like in his FOV, like he's kind of staring at that back Kitchen spawn, but they should still be spawning like in Kitchen here. Like I don't know.
Yeah, there should be other spawns in around Kitchen.
And then take a look. Take a look at Lamar.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Lamar's mind blown, dude.
Lamar's face when 3 guys turn the corner and hit him here is absolutely comedy. I mean, his eyebrows just go up. Look at him. He said, "What the fuck?" He said, "How the hell did they get there?" But it was a really good play from Lamar. Obviously, Seattle, they bounce back. They win this round. They tie it up at 1. And then Optic, they go back in the defense. They're able to hold on. Let's go into the overtime, or not the overtime, the 4th round. This is where Optic were able to close it out. And it was Dan Ghosty who just goes absolutely fucking insane. Look at the play that he makes to get his team onto this point. I just got to find it. But he just goes, I don't know how he was able to get this 3-piece. Here it is. Dan Ghosty, first he finds one onto Pred. We'll wind it back a little bit and see what Dan does off spawn here. But for a rookie, man, this guy's making absolute plays. Let's take a look. Comes off spawn. He's working through rugs here. He ends up jumping a corner. Boom. Works through rugs. Boom. Jumps the corner. Finds one onto Pred. Then he finds another one onto Mac. Pulls out the knife. Takes down Mr. Dante. And that 3-piece, I mean, that spawns Seattle Surge so far out that Lamar, he's all by himself over here on this 8 point. That's going to open up the gap a little bit for Optic Texas. And then Shotzzy just makes the absolute play. Poor Dante First, he gets knifed, and then he has to deal with the Clayster vapes coming through the smoke. Shots he was able to turn and burn and find a couple kills there as well, and Optic were able to get the stack. So I thought we were going into an overtime, but Dan Ghosty called game. You can see how hyped up he was. He was going absolutely nuts. We'll take a look at the final scoreboard here. Everybody from Optic either negative or even. Once again, it's only Dashy who's positive too. On the other side, got Mac 27 and 25, 24 and 20 from Lamar. Honestly, pretty good all around from everybody, but great map from Big Boosty with 3,100 damage. Any final thoughts as the series as a whole? Optic, they take Seattle Surge apart. They dismantle them. It was pretty clinical from Optic today. They continue to look really, really good. Any final thoughts on Optic, on Seattle? I mean, what do you think?
Seattle's remaining schedule right now: Boston, New York, Vegas. Do we really think that Seattle are going to win at least one of those matches? What do you guys think?
That.
I think they win one.
They should.
One.
Depends. Are they gonna bring my boy Gwynny in or no?
Hell no.
They're definitely
They made improvements.
I don't think. I think
they made hella improvements. Trust.
Tennessee, Candyland, and Dallas, Texas. I don't think they're making a change.
I don't think so either. They're gonna stay
Candyland.
Fantasy Candyland.
Optic played great though.
Yeah, they looked really good. They've been looking really good, to be honest. They've been looking.
They're the most consistent team. Listen, bro,
they just showed what a good Call of Duty team looks like.
Them not winning a tournament might be a blessing to champs because everyone that wins comes home and starts getting pooped on the rest of the time. So yeah, they might. Them not winning might be a blessing, bro, going into the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Ben say Pepe.
Low key.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. That was good.
And then let's go to the last and final series of the day. We could go through this one pretty quick. This was another 3-0, and to be honest, it wasn't really the closest series. We got the Los Angeles Guerrillas going up against the New York Subliners. Got an Embassy Hardpoint, Hotel Search, Expo Control, Mercado Hardpoint, Embassy S&D. We'll head into the map number 1, and I'll break some things down. But anything in the vetoes, guys? Anything at all?
Nah, makes sense. New York's really good at Hydro, et cetera, but yeah, I mean, at times New York's been kind of day-to-day. Today they played really good, and this is a must-win series for LAG. Losing this eliminates them from champs, and unfortunately they were unable to do that as a couple of players had a really slow start to begin this map.
Yep, I mean, just to kind of go through the map real quick, I mean, I'll kind of break it down for everybody, but we're going to the P3, and this was just a great hold from New York. They get here early. They get a really good setup. They even got Kismet and Paco pushed out. They do a great job being annoying as well. Love the play Paco's making here, just staying alive. I think he ends up finding a 2-piece here as well. In a drop shot here next to you. Yeah, there he goes. Boom. But NYSL, they were able to chain a couple hills here. First they get a full 60 on the P3. And then it's Paco, P-Dog. They're just making plays on this break. You see LAG, they're playing so tight in that hard point. But love the plays here. Paco's able to find one bathroom. Then he jumps the corner. Joe throws the stun out, but Paco's able to find another one. That's going to open up the gaps a little bit as P-Dog. He's going to be here in the backside of this point. NYSL, they get the spawns, and they're able to break this hill off the 2-piece of Paco. I actually think Kismet makes a good play here as well, kind of pinching this in because he finds 2 here. He absolutely smokes Alec there, and then he finds another one, and just like that, NYSL. First the P3, full 60. Then they break into this P4. They build themselves a little bit of a lead, and I want to show some love again to the Bulldog because he goes absolutely nuts here. In the P5, he's already got a streak to his name. Everybody dies around him. What does he do? There's 1. There's 2. Turns the corner. There's 3. Also puts some shots into that 4th guy. And his teammates were able to come in and trade that one as well. So just want to show some love to the Bulldog. I thought he made some great plays. I also see him in the chat. So shout out to Mr. Kismet in the chat. You can see how New York, going into the second set of rotations, they had an insane lead. Let's tune into the listening with New York as they extend their lead and see how they sound.
He's weak.
Just play
bottom orange. 2 top AC. 2 top AC.
All good.
Re-pitching left.
One stop.
One might push you out, either. I'll be turn for this.
Stop AC. Top AC assault. 1 stop PD.
AC dead.
Time.
Look at big cedar.
I like this top office.
Alright, office gas hill.
I don't see gas.
Keep showing hill.
One.
As 2 gas. As 2 gas. Alec.
Back truck. Back truck's weak.
You needed me?
He has a stroke.
I can tell old with you from bathroom. Back truck, you went P2R, yeah.
On time mid.
P2R right now, guys. Third man again. Alec, or RC's, or Assault, sorry.
Kismet goes crazy right here. Everybody listen up.
Top gas.
Every third
This is phenomenal Call of Duty from the Bulldog.
One shot.
Top gas.
One kill pitch right, yeah, he could be. You should be S2. I'll give time.
P2.
No, have your S2. I got time. Take your time in the back. I have your S2.
Nope, truck is.
He help him in the back. He help him in the back.
Go bottom gas.
Everybody's in. You got
Taking this chow. Shit on him.
4.
Dead. Shit on.
Yeah,
Another
I'm
one.
gonna
Gas.
double right. I have
Low gas. Low gas. Low gas.
Yeah, my gas.
Low gas is dead.
I have my launcher. I have my launcher.
I have my
Shit on.
He still goes. He's still going.
Yeah,
Nick,
How many
though.
gas, guys?
Yeah, watch your back. Watch your back. They're gonna
Go,
touch
touch it.
Touch that.
Edges dead. I'm watching my back. Low gas. Or top gas.
Low
Low gas. Yeah, I'm playing my backside hill. No, bottom gas. Bottom gas. Shit on.
Top gas, weak, cap out.
Shit on.
He's just
Damn.
Yeah, the Bulldog was letting him have it, and I took the over on the Bulldog. You know what I'm talking about? Just shout out to Kismet. He goes absolutely nuts, and you can kind of see how New York were able to run away with this one. They end up rotating to another P3 as well, getting some time, or sorry, P4. You can see LAG, they slowly just start to dwindle away, and the New York Subliners, they get a pretty easy victory here. They ended on the P5. They get the W. Clinical win from the New York Subliners. We'll take a look at the scoreboard. 27-20 from Kismet. 22-22 for Paco. Everybody pulling weight from New York. And on the other side, Alec with a tough map. Joe with a tough map. Alec, man, he's been going through it a little bit, man. He's definitely been going through it. He actually came in with a tweet as well. He said, try taking a different direction this year, and I learned from it. Complete 180 from the last couple of years, but I still believe I can win it and will. Just got to be me, let everything fall into place. Appreciate y'all still showing support, y'all real ones. I like that he's got a good head on his shoulders. You know, he's been struggling. He's been in a slump.
What does that mean?
But at least he's trying to be positive. Yeah, I don't know exactly
Like
what
a
he means
different
by
direction?
taking a different direction. Yeah, I don't know what he means by that. But at least he's still, like, mentally, like, you know, still pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hopefully he can bounce back next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a bounce back because I think Alec's a great player, honestly. It's just been an absolute blender for him and this whole team, to be honest. It has not been looking good. Any thoughts on that tweet, Ben, Chris? Any thoughts?
I think for Alec, I think that the tough thing was making the right decision after your time on the FaZe team was over. I think running it back with the Neptune Hook Spark trio was not a particularly wise decision, and they blew up their team halfway through the season, and they never really got going. So, yeah, I think he's just got to rethink his priorities for next season. I think Alec at his best, still a top tier AR in Call of Duty, top tier AR in the league, and I wish the best to him for him to try to figure this out.
And he did what I did when I was younger in my career. There was a point where going in from AW after a season with after ending the season with players like Nagafin and Aqua and Facento, going into Black Ops 3, those guys were on Team Elevate. They ended up placing really well at champs towards the the later end of the stage. I ended up leaving those guys because I was like, oh, let me go team with fucking nameless Ricky and Miracles again, just because it was just people I was familiar with. He just bad team decisions. Bad team decisions, and it pretty much cost him his year. And yeah, I mean,
bro,
gotta make
speaking of
smart
bad
decisions.
decisions,
It happened to me. I'm no different.
Speaking of bad decisions, what the fuck were they thinking here? LAG said, forget it. Just give him the A plant. We'll just retake it or some shit. They just give him a free A plant. I mean, 30 seconds left. I mean, LAG, they're nowhere to be found. They're all the way across the map. I think they were giving them the bomb plant on purpose. 3v4 situation. P-Dog's in the back.
What a strat.
I don't like it at all. I don't know why they're playing retakes like that, especially on that 8-point. It is so annoying to retake this 8-point. There's so many different places that people could be playing. P-Dog just goes massive at the back. Big two-piece here. Sees the skies. He ends up finding the last one as well here. So just great first round from New York. Then we get into the second round, and it's a 2 versus 3 from Skies and Paco. Let's check out the plays here as they end up playing through Cat. I think Skies opens things up. Alec, he gets picked. He tries to make a play, but in a 3v2, I think it's better to just maybe play tight there with your team. Try and just use your numbers. But Skies makes a really good heads-up play. He ends up catching Alec, slipping it in. Look at the plays here. Look at the teamwork from Skies and Hydra. Skies, he's going to jump the corner, get the info. He's going to distract them, and that's going to allow Paco to jump in and find a couple easy kills. That's fantastic plays coming out of Skies and Paco. Good teamwork there. They go up 2-0. And we hop into the next one. NYSL, a little bit of a rush plan. Use that momentum and get over to that 8-point. It's exactly what they do. And they get over to A. Hydra, he's going to cross bed. How many times do we see Hydra dive across bed, pop that dead silence, and try and make a play? But it was actually P-Dog who finds a couple kills mid-map. LAG, they try and play through couches, 3v1, bomb down. Not much they could do there. NYSL, they go up 3-0. And then this is where things get a little interesting. LAG, they were able to get one round on the board. New York win another one here. They go up 1-4. This is where NYSL LAG start to make a little bit of a comeback. Bulldog, unfortunately, throws a nade onto Paco there. Makes a 3v1 now into a 2v1. And it's Adam Assault Take a look at the plays here from Adam Assault. I don't know how the hell he clutched this shit. My bad, Bulldog. I gotta show it, Bulldog. I have to. You know what I mean? I see you in the chat, but boom, and then boom. Oh, man. 1v2 from Adam Assault. That was
lay
great
down
play.
cheese.
Great little lay down cheese from Adam Assault there. LAG, they go into the next round. They're able to win that one, and then it happens again. Little 1v1 situation over towards the B side, and Assault, instead of playing the bomb, instead of planting, he plays the kill in a 1v1. Bulldog leans back on that one. He probably lost composure. Any person on the defense in a 1v1 scenario is probably thinking he's getting that bomb down. But great heads up play out of Adam to kill him here. What did he hear him? He might have heard him here. No, he had the dead silence popped. Kismet had the deaddy popped. So there's no way he heard him. That's just
made
really
a good read.
play. It's just a great read from Adam Assault. He clutched up a couple rounds here. Got to give it to him. And then we get into the next one. Preston hits a little bit of a god nade here. Love the strat from NYSL. They get over towards that 8 bomb plan again. They get it down right away. Alec, he gets a kill, gets traded out. 3v3. But take a look at the plays here from P-Dog. Number 6 on your mini-map now. He ends up playing a little bit of a late flank here with the bomb down, which I love. I love the plays from him. He wins a big 1v1 here at the over by that P5 side of the map. And then take a look at the nade here. P-Dog works an absolute nade from Catwalk. Boom, throws it right, cooks it right onto Joe Deceive's head.
Kobe.
Great plays from P-Dog there. I thought that was a fantastic round from Priest. He finds 2 in the last round. It goes crazy here in this round. Finds another couple kills. Another rush plan from NYSL. And then we go into the final round. LAG, they get a pick. It's a 4v3, and they get the bomb down. But how the hell does NYSL break this? How? We'll take a look and see what's going on. First of all, Alec goes absolutely nuts. I think the tactical scared him a little bit. He jumps out in the open. He goes down. Not really anybody there to trade with him either. Would have liked to see like number 1, number 2, get closer to your team, like tighten it up. Y'all got the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know why I see late pinch that.
Can I see the situation before like as soon as the bomb goes down, like Joe goes up top.
Joe's up top. I mean, I just think Alec needs help here.
Before when Joe gets the bomb down, I need to see where everybody is, bro. While he's planning, I need to see where he goes while he's planning.
Sure, no problem. Here's the part. We got 2 double desks. Okay, we got Exceed and Bumblefuck nowhere. Watching a pinch.
Sounds good.
And it's funny, too, because mid-map and their double desk pinch, their mid-arch pinch is wide open here. Like,
damn.
Anybody can hit this at any time. Somebody, when he's planning this bomb.
Info desk and they were fucked.
Yeah, you better hope you're not playing Shotzzy or somebody. So they're just going to take this route. Like, they're going to throw some shimmies, notice nobody's here, and just look. It's free kills. It's free pickings.
Yeah. Wait, keep it going.
Yeah, we'll keep it going. And then New York, they come here, they throw attacks, boom.
Assault's just gone to the main counter, obviously. Like, I feel like he's just way closer to a teammate there. There's no reason for him to play back steps. And as soon as bomb goes down, Exceed should have already started to work that late pinch. Like even if he was slowly walking up it while L triggering, like, he should have already started to do it. They're not pinching if he's back there that late. And if it's...
And then the Bulldog, man, makes a good play. Chases down Exceed mid-map. Look at this. He's a fucking animal. As soon as Exceed gets his kill, look at him. He gets on his fucking high horse. He jumps the corner. He says, fuck it. I'll go take care of business. He finds one, turns around, takes care of Assault as well, just hits the gap on him, finds a couple kills. Bulldog clutches it up. New York Subliners go up 2-0. 10-6 from Priest. A fantastic map out of him. 9-7 from Kismet. Everybody negative except for Assault, who's even at 6-6 on the other side. Any final thoughts on the map, too, guys, as we head into the map number 3?
Get these LAG cats off my fucking screen, Tom.
Yeah, he ain't seen enough. He's seen enough.
Stink.
He's seen enough, ladies and gentlemen. Then we head in to the final map of the day, which, to be honest, bro, there was not much to talk about. This was a snooze.
This was almost like a bathroom break challenge. Like, I could have gone to the bathroom, took an absolute stinker, and came back, and the series was over. I would have missed the entire map.
Well, I definitely want to take a look at the final round here. Was this the quickest round of control offense on Expo we've seen? I mean, New York off the break, they just get a clean wipe. They instantly get onto this point. It starts with Skies. They're just working kills mid-map. Skies finds a couple kills. Kismet finds one. Kismet's got the streak as well. And look how fast. I mean, they get the 8 point right off the break. As soon as the round starts, I mean, guys, only fucking 8 seconds have ticked here on the time clock. And they're already on this point capping. And then as soon as they cap the point, what happens? Boom, another 4 dead. They go over towards the B side. They get this B point as well. They're able to get 2 ticks. And honestly, it was a pretty quick round. I hit about 2 ticks here on the keyboard, and it's already over. So, Fantastic plays from New York. Not much to talk about other than it. I think LAG lost composure. They're down 0-2. NYSL's got the momentum, and they just absolutely let them have it. They put the nail in the coffin. You see Ian giving another thumbs up and a half over there on a camera, and this one's
Great
all
series
over.
out of
This one's
NYSL.
all over. We don't need to talk about that one too much. 17-11 from P-Dog. 16-6 from Skies. This guy died 6 times in the control. 15-8 from Paco. Or from Kismet, and then 12-13 from Paco. On the other side, some tough maps from Alec and Assault. They couldn't really get anything going. Honestly, everybody game kind of pooped on except for Exceed. That's going to do it for today's matches. Guys, any final thoughts on the New York LAG? Any final thoughts as the day as a whole before we get into some predictions for tomorrow? Any final thoughts?
I have a pillow over there. I should probably grab it because that's what I thought about this series.
Jesus
Taking a nap.
Christ. That's a good one, but I love that. That was a good one right
Holy
there.
shit.
That's a web J.
It's a Wednesday regime for sure. Yeah, any final thoughts, Chris? Ian, any
I
thoughts
got
on the
Nathan for you, brother.
Tom, I think you should watch
yeah,
the
trash.
pull up the New York Subliners tweet after they won this series because I think it's actually really funny to watch.
Sure, we can take a look and see what the subliners are tweeting.
I think you guys will enjoy this one.
And also, yeah, I also got to talk to Gertz. Motherfucker's gonna get me canceled one of these days with these tweets.
Nah, we're good. The Twitter banter is good.
All right, let's take a look at this tweet here.
We added swag check now to our meme squad.
Is this copyrighted music before I go through and watch this?
Actually, I know.
Let me listen for a second. LA Gorillas post
Hey guys, Ricky here, assistant coach for LAG,
what is
here with
this,
our post-game interview
What
with
is
our
this?
match against the New York Subliners. As mentioned previously, we tried to get Luke back from Optic, Texas, because we let him go
Is that
for
Gers?
free, but unfortunately, our buyout was unsuccessful. With our newfound strategy and expertise coming together, we
Bro,
decided
who
to give
is
the
that?
New York Subliners $10,000
Might be Tom
and
Grab.
10 CDL points for free, and hope for something in return. Hopefully you can all support us here at LAG with this decision. And as always, hashtag hoods up.
Alright, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's get that off the screen immediately. What the hell was that? That was an interesting tweet for the New York Subliners. I thought that was hilarious, but let's tune into the matches tomorrow and see what's going on. We got Vegas going up against the Minnesota Rocker. We got Ultra going up against Optic. That's going to be a banger. I'm excited to watch Seattle, Boston as well. I think that's going to be a great one as well. Let's go through the predictions. Vegas, Minnesota. I got Vegas. They're on the cusp of champs. They're really trying to hound down on their mistakes. I just feel like they're going to come out different tomorrow. I'm going 3-1 Vegas Legion. Ben, who do you got?
I got Vegas Legion in a Game 5 absolute gruelie and another heartbreaker Game 5 loss for the Rocker.
All right, Chris, what do you got?
I got Vegas taking the series. Don't know the score.
Okay, Ian.
Yeah, these Minnesota Cats can't win without a touch. I got
No
Vegas
way.
3-1.
I like that. And then we'll go to the next one. Toronto going up against Optic. Personally, I think this is going to be an absolute grueler. I think it's going to be a really good matchup. I'm going to go with Optic in this one. I just feel like they look like the most consistent team right now. They look like the best team right now. I'm going to have to go with Optic Texas in this one. I'll go 3-2. I can see it going all the way, but I can see Optic closing it out. Ben, who do you got?
I don't really know. This is a coin flip for me. I'm flipping a coin. Go, Abby, you can go first.
Hashtag green wall. 3-0.
What the hell?
In all honesty, they look like they could be the best team in the game right now. They've been the most consistent as of late. It could be a close series, but I think Optic's just firing on all cylinders for sure. Big Optic guy, by the way.
Ben, who do you got?
I just flipped a coin. I had Toronto heads, Optic tails. It landed on tails, so Optic Game 5.
All right, Chris.
I got Optic, but listen, if Scrappy comes out and just plays like the greatest player of all time, like he has been, I mean, this could they could push some P, and maybe this gets close.
Well, the push and P
Push and
reference, I
P.
like that.
Oh, okay.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I heard that.
What? Dude, you guys are weird, bro.
Alright. And then we got,
Enable is suspect, bro.
All right, it's a little sus. Let's move on. And then we got Seattle Surge going up against Boston Breach. I actually think Boston's got a little bit of momentum now. I don't think they've looked too bad recently. Seattle, again, I feel like both of these teams kind of had similar years. Just like they've shown good signs, they've showed bad signs. Just a lot of ups and downs. Both roller coaster teams. I'm going to go with Boston in this one. Another 3-2. I'll say 3-2 Boston. Ben, who do you got?
I got Boston 3-1 and Seattle down extremely bad after this weekend.
Hey, Chris, who do you got?
I mean, with the way Seattle's just looking to split, I'm just going to say Boston. I think Boston is just slaying really heavy, and I feel like Seattle's a team that also slays really heavy, and I think Boston just look better in that category right now. So, Boston.
All right, Ian.
Hashtag drown out. Hashtag ride the wave. I got BD and the team coming out 3-2.
All right. You heard it here, folks, ladies and gentlemen. And then the moment you've all been waiting for. Will I sink the 3-point shot today? Will I sink?
Okay.
Ian, you got me? Everybody's doubting me. Ian, they're doubting me.
Tom, this is nothing but net. First shot.
I'm shooting over 50% today.
I got a rack on it. I got 1,000 on it.
Here I
Tom's
go.
going to get the first try.
I'm putting some points on this.
If this motherfucker missed, bro, I'm disconnected instantly.
Oh, I couldn't get off in time. Fuck.
Oh, he's getting guarded.
Yeah. He's getting guarded by Gizmo?
No. Oh, he's getting clamped, bro. No, ain't no way he's getting clamped.
Nah, Gizmo has him checked now.
Oh, damn. That's first team all defense, though.
Nah, the light. You see the windows?
Yeah, nah. The right window, Tom. That shit don't count, bro. The right window.
What the fuck is that?
Checked.
Gizmo's first team all defense, too. You can't even be mad at that.
Nah, hold on.
It was good defense.
Nah, that was great defense for the fucking
dog, he was
though.
all over you.
You know what I'm saying?
Security guy going away on the scooter right there.
That Cash Nasty?
Listen, hold on, though. Hold on. Before we move on, though, we have to show him the shot today. We have to, okay? We have to show him a highlight from earlier today. Let's tune in and see what the hell was going on. I mean, first of all, you can see me looking like $1 million. Ian, have you seen this? How you doing?
Yeah, you looking like Prime Kareem, baby. Prime Kareem.
Man. Oh, man. You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was an insane shot.
You know what I mean? Come on. That was different. That was fucking different. Okay, listen. I'm just trying to make up because I just airballed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to
Yeah, shit happens.
make myself look good. You know what I mean? Ben, are you hitting a putt?
No, you hit it. We don't do two gimmicks. We
Man,
only
go
do one
shake
gimmick.
ass, bro. Come on.
Okay, it's fine. We'll only do. He said, "Go shake your ass. Go do what you gotta do." Listen, guys, that is gonna do it for today's episode. It's always a pleasure, Ian. Thank you so much, bro, for hopping on, my guy. You're a fucking real one, as always. I'm not.
My pleasure.
I know Pat's been a little busy, but it's always a pleasure, Ian, having you on and talking some COD. You know what I mean? It's always a fucking pleasure. So thank you for hopping on. And then, of course, I want to show some love to the one and only Xfinity, man. Obviously, today's episode is presented by Xfinity 10G Network. Big shout out to them. Whether you're gaming, streaming, competing, whatever it is, their 10G network has a faster connection with less interruptions. Make sure to go check them out and show them some love in the chat. Command Xfinity in the chat. Go check that out. As always, man, huge shout out to them. We love Xfinity. And then also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out all the audio sites that we're on. Go follow @theflank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials per usual. Go check out stallions.club for the next merch drop. And as always, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Brush your hair. And you guys have an amazing, incredible night. Good night, guys.
Peace.